says live, but are we? And we are live! Hi, everybody. Who we got here? Ray, good to glad to have you. Kiko, good to glad to have you. Tracy, good to glad to have you. Infinite, good to glad to have you. Musico, good to glad to have you. Hi, everybody. As you can see, I'm still moving in to some extent. I do have the background stuff now, though. I have the disc plates for one for each job throughout the MSQ for the job. So obviously, Warrior for ARR, Dragoon for Dragoon, Monk for Dragoon for Heaven's Word, Monk, and Samurai for Stormblood, Dark Knight for Shadowbringers, and Paladin for Endwalker. Although we can hope that we might end up seeing what the 7.0 job is before too soon. Lady, good to see you, glad to have you. Perfect timing. I need a little music discussion while attempting to move back into my room. I'm assuming from college? Kiko? Tracy, how you doing? Infinite, how you doing? Misigo, yeah, join in from my phone to listen today. Well, good. Hopefully I can maintain energy. I have been a little under the weather and been trying to get just chronic fatigue stuff, but I'm trying to get it together. Stream should be okay, but yeah, we'll see how that all goes together. Also, so today we're obviously going to be finishing up the A Realm Reborn stuff. We did the first part of A Realm Reborn during 2 weeks ago's stream, and then I had moving, but we got through most of that. Now we have the starting from. Where are we starting from? We are starting from Waking Sands, right? Did we do the Waking Sands or Primal Judgment? Yeah, basically we kind of popped it off at the Waking Sands, so I'll be feeling better soon. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Misigo. I think I'm currently, I actually am set up to see doctors and stuff here and get some help, but I've been having some struggles getting out of bed and just functioning. It's just not good. It's not good. You know, when, I'm sure many of you guys ever suffer from, you know, depression, chronic fatigue, anxiety, any of that stuff and how that can drain on you. But I do not mean to make this all about me and my trials and tribulations. I keep looking off to there because I'm used to looking at that, and I need to get used to looking at the right place now because I've changed everything around. But thank you for joining me, guys. Shall we get thee going? Hey, I hope you're feeling better. Thanks, lady. Yeah, working on it. It's honestly, it's mostly just physical aches and exhaustion, which we'll see what is that tied to. Nice to see you have a shirt on, Elio. Oh man, okay, so for context, let me explain this one. So yes, so yesterday I think I was like, I think I was in bed for a solid like 16 hours, and the best thing I could do was get up and like try to like do some cleaning and stuff. And I was so just out of it, and I sent a video to Ray because, you know, sometimes it's just better to be more personal rather than sending, you know, a text. Sometimes it's more clear where you're at when you just send a video. And I wasn't thinking about it, but I sent it to Ray, and it turned out I didn't have a shirt on the whole time. So that was a choice on my part. Heating pipes burst in my room on Xmas Day. I've been spare since. Holy moly, Kiko. Well, I'm glad you're getting back into your room. It's what, 5 months later? 6 months later? Well, I guess 5 months, Christmas. Man, that's rough, but yeah, wow, that's crazy. Hope you're feeling better. Thanks, Misigo. Oop, that is, yeah, thanks, lady. Fine, we're helping a friend do an Abasios on P12, got random parties so inept and chaotic, getting tomestones of comedy after that felt like a good summary. Okay. To anyone who's watching later, sorry you're hearing about Elio's problems for the starting point, but here's where I was at in terms of, I have not logged back on to play really since finishing an Abasios. Okay, that's not true. I tried a little bit of EX, blind EX with some of the tea drinkers, but I have literally not, I've been not even in game because I've been unable to like get stuff done. Luckily, doing streams tends to make me feel a little bit better, or at the very least, it's like I can maintain energy. It feels there. Yeah, you've become a Stinian. Fine, was yeah. Gotta work soon. Dez, good to see, glad to have you, but we'll try and catch you when I can. Sounds good, Dez. Hope works okay for you. Hopefully it won't be raining this time. To be more personal, send shirtless video. Yeah, you became a Stinian. Yes, there was spoilers for 6.4, but what a wild ride that was. There was asbestos too, so it took a while. Holy moly. Well, at least that all got handled. Should we disrobe as well? Yeah, I was clearly just channeling patch 6.4 for Ray. But let us, enough with the prelude. Haha, playing prelude right now. How's my audio, by the way? Am I good? And can you hear the music behind me? Now, based off of last time with 1.0 and 2.0, there wasn't always a lot to do because these are a lot of times the bedrock music that we're dealing with. So we're going to probably end up in a situation where quite often here, we may not have a bunch to say because it's relevant later on. But with ARR and before Meteor, or before the fall, we may have a little bit more to do there. Okay, so we've got Waking Sands, take a wild guess. Let's Control F. Waking. Was that? No, because that shouldn't be before Meteor. Before Meteor's 1.0. So Waking Sands should be 40 of A Realm Reborn. Correct. Okay, cool. So that's set up. Let me get you guys set up so I can see you and change the music at the same time. You can see my comment on Storm of the Heavens. Yes! Infinite, thank you for your comments, by the way. And Laffy, I don't think Laffy's here, but Laffy did a lot of typo correction. Also, I don't know if it was Laffy, I forget which one of you guys, one of you guys were making fun of me in the Discord for my typos. And if I was a little bit moody because I was still moving and I was tired. I was like, come on, guys, I make typos. Do we have to poke fun at me? But no, I do appreciate you guys, the corrections. And it makes this document more legible and makes it so I have to go through Zapavel stuff too, and makes it so that when we can just give this off to like Reddit or whatever for people if they want to use this in the future and build off of it, for just like having a good source for that. Raven, how you doing? I know you were struggling for a bit. Yeah, in 2 weeks I'm going to Renaissance Festival, and nice. And hopefully a certain shield I ordered to complete my outfit will come in time. Is it the Hylian shield? From typos are so annoying. Infinite. Well played, well played. Lynn, good to see you, glad to have you. Okay, we're on, let's get it started then. We got Smolder. Oh, Smolder is the same as... This is the same as the, Ifrits. Track list. Let me pull, I forgot to pull up the, like, track list note thing I have. Or, I think it's based off of one of the wikis, so. Smolder, yeah, Smoldering's the one from Smoldering Ash is from Brotherhood of Ash, right? Like the tribal group? Plays the encampment of Brotherhood of Ash, yeah. Let me know if I can hardly hear music. Cool, let me bump it up. Let me know if that's good or if I need to bring it down or up. So let me play Primal Judgment real quick, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same as Primal Judgment. Or if it's not the same as Primal Judgment, it's, I think, the same as Zen Rock or like one of those things. So maybe it's not. I feel like we have a note on this somewhere. Maybe it's in the Paglathon theme. What is the Paglathon? Conflagration and Pitfire. Let's look at Conflagration. ffXIV. Conflagration. Bum, bum. Yep, okay, there it is. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's look up Pitfire, the Emulsion theme. Yeah, okay. So it's the same as Pitfire. Okay. When does Pitfire first come up, though? Oh, Pitfire's actually right before it. Oh no, because Pitfire was also used in 1.0. Okay, well, wait, what the frick is conflagration? Okay, wait, so if that's that, then what the hell is conflagration? Are there 2 emulsion themes? Damn it, 1.0. Number 55. Huh. When did that get used? Conflagration. That's 1.0, but I have no idea when that actually got used. Nope. Great. It's almost impossible to find because it's all before Meteor stuff and 1.0. Well, if anyone here knows the 1.0 stuff for it, let me know. Rad! Good to see you. Glad to have you. Off to practice some of the streams. Have some fun. All right, I can hear the final dungeon, the Shadowbringers in the previous song part of it. Yeah, definitely Packlethon. Seems like the fire-related AR track name would be a remix of the Emulsion theme. Yeah, so it's definitely... So Conflagration seems to be some sort of 1.0 version of it. I can't seem to find where it came. I have a note here about MSQ Lord Errant that I must have found somewhere that Laffy... I don't even have a source for off the top of my head, which Laffy was calling out. But we know Conflagration exists. So we know that Smolder is a version of... Okay. So it should be a version of Conflagration. I mean, honestly, we shouldn't even put Pitfire there because it's... you know, because it's already... we should also... that's... Oh, actually, Brotherhood of Ash theme. So, I mean, I'm just gonna slash Emulja tribe. And then we're gonna put that in brackets, and we're gonna change conflagration out. Seems about right. Okay. Yeah, Ifrit. It's Pitfire, not Primal Judgment. Yeah, you got Infinite. Astriel, good to see you. Glad to have you. Smolder's the same as Packlethon. No. Well, they are... Smolder is in it. So if we pull back up Packlethon, right? Here, give me a second. I've got too many windows open, and I also have a setup where right now my mic's in front of my second monitor, so it actually makes it hard to like see stuff without... Here, I'm gonna move you guys up here. Move my monitor down here. There we go. That's better. Okay. So yeah, so you've got Emulsion Pitfire. Which just straight up is... And then Packlethon's almost as like a more rocky Shadowbringers version, obviously, which makes sense for what it is, but it almost also sounds like it's some of the Garlean instruments. Like it uses a lot of the same instruments, which would make sense for the tempering and for the foes you're fighting. I mean, effectively, it's just the same thing. Okay, cool. Pitfire is the... I mean, honestly, it's literally just the Emulja theme 2.0, and then it is literally just conflagration again. Pitfire, but make it Garlean feels the correct way. That's in a way that's so wrong. Yeah, definitely, Lynn. Definitely. How you doing, Astriel? Also, is the music good now, guys? Let me throw up. Well, that's conflagration again. I want to throw that down. Got that. Cool. And then we have literally Pitfire after Smolder, like we have here. It's interesting that Smolder comes first. Okay, 1 blood. I mean, actually... It's funny, because 1 blood gets used a lot of places. It gets used in, That like gets used. Oh! Wait, is One Blood the same as Primal Summoning? Yeah, I mean, it definitely is the Ifrit Summon theme. It definitely is that, but I'm just curious about, because it gets reused later. It's less than what I'm curious is not where it's used initially, but it comes back up in multiple places, including Ultima. So is it like Primal Summoning theme? Yeah, like Primal Summoning theme in general. Now we're just gonna list it as I mean, the thing is that the first place it comes up is Ifrit, but it's sort of, we're just gonna put it as Primal Summoning thing for now. At the very least. Look here, we'll just do I'm trying to think when it gets used outside of 2.0. Or even if it does. I know it definitely gets used out. I mean, obviously there's versions of it where once we do with Ultima, they combine it with Speak, which makes sense because of what Ultima is mixed with the primals it has within it. It's so weird hearing it without it now. Also, but that's interesting because that means that one of the later songs, we should have that noted. Because I don't think we have that noted in Shadowbringers. Should be Cinder. No, that's Cinder Drift Phase 2. Oh, because that's where it gets used here. Ruby Weapon. I think Laffy corrected some of the earlier stuff, but didn't correct. Might have not corrected when we used Ruby Weapon earlier. Yeah, Ultima, Scion, and Sinners. Does it get used in Ultima, Scion, and Sinners? Or, I guess, does it get used in Ultima in 5? Here, actually, let's just pull up later on. Calamity Unbound. What is it actually? Ultima. Or is Ultima just devote of it? I think it's for primal summoning in general, and then Ultima comes in and steals this theme for itself while making it cooler. Yeah. But my question is, when does it first get adapted into Ultima's theme? Yeah, okay, so here it is. Which makes sense. Because, again, of what Ultima's power is with using the Heart of Speak to absorb primals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it definitely is that Ultima ends up using it, which I don't think we ever noted, because we know, I think we know, yeah, because we noted it with Ruby Weapon that it uses Ultima, but we don't note that Ultima uses Primal Judgment. Which, I mean, okay, you're getting to a point where you're getting pedantic here, right? Because you're like, okay, technically Primal Judgment is the first part, or not Primal Judgment, but, what is it called? Blood Unbound, was that it? One Blood is what's being used. But then Ultimate kind of takes on its own. Yeah, I think that's fine as a note in Shadowbringers. But let's make sure that for Ultima later on we note that One Blood is One Blood for Ultima. Okay. This is low-key blowing my mind. I never made this link between One Blood, the ultimate fight theme, and then later with the weapon themes. Lynn, see, this is why it's like this thing where you think like, okay, you know, they're all Reborn. Maybe it's not going to be that much, you know, especially because it's the baseline. So it's how much, you know, leitmotifing are they going to possibly do? But yeah, no, this is exactly why I'm glad we're continuing to go run through this. Primal Judgment, we already got Ifrit, Foul, Embers. Is Primal Judgment the same as... Yeah, use power, whatever. I do love the vocals are somewhat a hint at their actual language when not heard through the echoes translations like Hydaelyn, ffXIV. I do love the vocals are somewhat a hint at their actual languages when not heard through the echo translation. Oh, because that you get that part where you hear, for instance, Lahabrea speaking in the Ancients language, and then the kind of way they speak being similar to that. Okay, that's interesting. I never thought about it in that way. But yeah, that makes sense. Agathon, well, Agalaea, do you mean like how the echo translates Agalaea and ffXIV's music? Because those are all in English. Beat the heart of Sabik. On second thought, don't beat. It leads to huge problems in the long run. Well, yeah, that certainly is not true. Okay, calling. Where the hell does this get played? I mean, as soon as this gets played, we defeat Ifrit. Well, Prelude's in there. Does this play when we get the crystal and we see the mandala another time? Yeah, exactly, Lynn. I was trying to, I had things to say, but I can't. We're a little too close to 6.4 to make conversation about that. Oh, this is the player. Oh, well, we already noted that, apparently. I'm gonna play Calling again. Does anyone know where this comes from? I'm assuming this plays when we, like, see Hydaelyn or, like, get called by her after. Especially with Prelude. Okay, I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I see you guys in the FC chat. I hope you guys are having a good time. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up in stream. Hope y'all having a... Okay, I'm gonna go to the in room and I'm gonna go to the cutscenes after. Oh, I forgot I didn't check out the update yet. Right, the whole thing that they added. If we go, it should be Lord of the Inferno, and it should be after that, so it should be a hero in the making. You now have attended all three of the room and confirms all three city states are still in need of assistance. Mere moments after surrounding the enemy, it appears the Amalja mean to make an offering, challenge about it. If it is having failed to find himself a match, quite how you found the strength to resist godlike being is question at the time. For now, make your way to Camp Drybone. The Waking Sands. Zapavel, good to see you, glad to have you. Sorry, yeah, no worries, just woke up. Dude, I've been having some real hard times with sleep the past couple of days myself, so you have no worry. So the note even raced out of bed. Aw, well, I'm glad to have you. Thanks for the notes, by the way, on the doc. The ultimate theme sounds like the Ancients language, sounding like Latin, while Agalaea's starting area is the balance, but in Hydaelyn's language. Well, Agalaea's starting area is in the balance, but is it even... I guess I heard that more as choral singing, but also Hydaelyn's language is... there's no indication that Hydaelyn speaks any different language than Lenosia. I mean, like, I guess maybe you could think Beladean, but we don't even know for certain on that. But sorry, I'm not trying to poke too many holes in that. I like the vibe of what you're getting at. Since YouTube, we're contractually obligated to say like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Ray Ray. So you can I lick the like button? No, but you can go ahead and lick the crystal. Okay, I just want to say I was definitely right about this being pink lemonade. Can we all agree on that? I also I just bought a magnetic sheet to go hang those up. Okay. Would seem your recent exploits have garnered. When do you have your first Hydaelyn vision? After that. Because you should have one once you return to whatever your Grand Company place is. You should have one like during... Well, that's an Echo Vision, actually. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Yeah, starting to get together. So right now we have all the jobs from the MSQ. I'm hoping Summoner is going to be 7.0, in which case I'll be able to add that one there. You can't see it off to the side, but I also have a bunch of soundproofing over on the side of my side wall over there and a giant cactar pit poster. Let me hear. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you guys, but I fucking love magnets so much. Also, has the sound quality been a little better? I put up more foam, more soundproofing, but I need to put it yet more. This room is very echoey. I didn't say eat the crystal, Raven, but fair. Why does pink lemonade taste better than regular lemonade? I don't know, because it does. Here's my pitch. Regular lemonade has 3 constituent ingredients of water, lemon, and sugar. And the ratio of those drastically affects things. I think whatever the pink is adds a little bit of tartness, or to some extent adds a little bit of something that at least goes away towards making it so that even if the balance is incorrect in regular lemonade, the pink lemonade itself is better in balance. Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can find that. Please tell me there's a spoony barding. Not as of yet, but there's been a lot of FF4 references. I mean, throughout 6.0, but in the past couple patches have just been getting more and more and more FF4 referencing. So I would not put it past them to add that. Sound seems better, at least on my end, via my TV speakers. Kiko, you know, it's so funny. I was talking to Ray Ray, I think, about this a while ago, but like, I genuinely thought no one watches YouTube on their TV, right? But, you know, you going and showing me the error of my ways each time. But good. Okay, that's a good test. I'll continue to try add more foam and see if that improves. Personal offer praises you. You've defeated the Imperial soldiers. Your formal induction to the maelstrom is interrupted by an urgent report. Till the sea swallows all. This is the Biggs and Wedge and Garland Artworks engineered now under self-management into the beast maw. No, because those are all still crystals. When the frick-a-frack does this play? It plays when you enter Eureka for a few seconds in the hub area. Interesting. But that's not where it first plays for sure. Okay, so let's think about this orb. We know it's gonna be post Lord of Inferno because all that stuff just came out. Isn't that a settlement theme? I don't know. Is it? Like Kurthus settlement? Well, it's in a realm reborn. I mean, it could very well be, but I don't have any recollection of it being so. Okay, let's see if the crystal, because the mandala will turn on, but I don't know if that's gonna do it. Actually, you know what? You know what? Why don't I look at the next song after? Because there's the calling Where the Heart Is, that's the city theme, battle theme 1.x, Conundrum, Agent of Inquiry, the Ludus, Fibberty. Oh my god, there's a bunch of these. Thousands grieve, my soul to keep. Man, most of the songs that come after don't have a direct place in the story, so that's interesting. Okay, the next one that actually has a specific association is in Hydaelyn and Little Solace, which means we've got to be in between those 2 points. Okay, Mandala. What's the Mandala? When are all the Hydaelyn visions? Because the first one I can think before that actually happens when you first get it. Hydaelyn. Let's see if we look up Hydaelyn, if it'll pull up the character and her backstory. I was not expecting this random one piece of song to take forever to figure out. Not early life. No. That's to use the echo by conjuring a star shower. Hydaelyn later made herself known to the Warrior of Light before they received a vision as after they gained the first crystal of light. Yeah, I remember that, but that would be before this. Hydaelyn appeared to him or her in a vision with instructions to find the other crystals and banish the encryption jar. Intervene in time during the Warrior. Okay, well, that would mean that would mean, in theory, crap. I know this where it is in Ul'dah much better than I do in Limsa's, because I've done the Ul'dah start like 3 times, but I've done Limsa's like once. On Band of scoundrels. While attempting to rescue Savage, Fred succeed defeating the dread for reasons unknown. Yourself would like to ask you about this mysterious phenomenon. You can see the woe. Though you would like. Anyone remember where you get the crystal when it comes to? It's before Mizzen Master Pass. It would be intended for the Atzipfen written in Sagan script, the Rainer's crystal. Would it be after killing the masked Ascian? The Black Mask? Marauding Serpent Reavers, yes, according to Joe Sagan, they're pirates. Well, here, let's go ahead and try checking that out. Because you get it from saving the Sultana and defeating the Void Scent in Ul'dah. That's when you meet Thancred. Got it. I really think that if they went back and they revoiced a lot of ARR, I think a lot of people's problems with it decrease. I think the 2 things you need to do with ARR are double the amount of or triple the amount of voice acting in it and add binding coils. And I think if you do that, you'd solve a lot of people's problems with it. Okay, so I bet it's before this. I'm merely watching my phone. Interesting, Raven. Kurt, this is more poor Morgan. What's the song? What is this song called? The song that we are looking for currently is called. Sorry, give me a second. Is called Calling. And I think the first time it gets used is the first time you see Hydaelyn after the intro, which would be the first time you get a crystal of light. I'm replaying AR on Cat, and I have to say it's a lot more bearable than I remember, so yeah, I fully agree with your assessment. So here's the thing. The sad tragedy about ARR is it's way more bearable a second time through for most people, partly because you know where things are going, you know what there's to pay attention to, and there's the delight of finding out, how many things that pay off later were actually set up really early, or a deepening of certain backstories or information. It's in the little, oh right! It's in Limlane's Cavern! The grotto. Thank you, Tracy. I totally forgot. We fight the Gubu thing, right? Oh wow, it is lurkers in the grotto. It's that early. Thank you, Tracy. Yep, we got it. See, but this is just the prelude.
Crystal
this is calling.
Bearer.
Okay, right now it's just the.
I am Hydaelyn, that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from
Yeah,
this
Lynn,
fate.
look, I feel the same. I know some people have argued that point, but yeah, I feel the same. Post Heaven's Wordcast, preferably. I mean, seeing as whenever they've revoiced it, so they added like some lines to some 2.5 patch stuff with like Lise, and they used the new voice actors, so I assume they would. The problem with voicing is that like the cutscenes aren't timed to do it and stuff, so there's all sorts of issues that would arise. Well, it's solvable, very, very, very solvable issues, but they'd have to put the money and time there.
By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
This song is still not the same song. This is still Prelude. Yeah. Honestly, I wonder how much of it is even just budget, like cost. I wonder how much of it is also just scheduling. Like the nightmare that it would be to get all the people. Because like, to do it during, like to try and work on that during a patch, you're revoicing an entire expansion, but you also are needing these same voice actors to voice the new expansion.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light.
I assume it's probably
all
budget,
creation.
but I always wonder how much of it might be just scheduling. Oh, Lady and Raven, y'all fueling each other. Okay, let's see if like it plays during when you're getting called. No, Google.
Phew.
Unclosed brilliance of thy spirit. What cutscene is that? Yeah. Zapavel, do you mind if I pass it off to you to figure out where the hell that is, and I'll continue on for now? Because we get the mandala here.
Here.
Oh, maybe this is it.
Think.
I always forget this, that technically you haven't awoken to the echo until this point. You technically don't have the echo earlier on in the game. So also you've been granted the echo and the blessing of light at the same time, which is partly what can confuse people. Okay, no, wasn't that. Another crystal to be spawned. Thanks to Pavel. Okay, but yeah, sorry for my theory on the languages. I need to research more on it. No, Astriel, I'm happy to talk about it. And if I'm like poking holes, it's mostly just like, my way of processing information is to like prove a theory is to poke every hole you can. So that way preemptively it's like figured out. So with like, I mean, when we get to in the balance and stuff and during the Endwalker stream for this, we'll be able to talk about it more too. Don't you have the echo on the cart boat right after the very start? No, because you haven't been awoken. You haven't seen, unless we go back, unless you see the star shower, you don't have access to it. But we'll see. We'll see. Because maybe, I forget, what is it under? Oh, right, they changed everything recently. Is it still under... no. It used to be side quests, but... Side story quest. Limits and side quests. Yeah, that should be it. Okay. Coming to limits. I love how it's a music stream, and of course somehow we managed to make it a lore stream. Where the helmet come from? Oh, right, I forgot it auto turns on your helmet for this cutscene for some reason. I forget, I don't know why, but it does that. Oh, I think it's because you get the armor, and it wants, yes, that's what it is. You get the armor when you pick up the weapon thing.
Here. Feel.
Because you get the warning, and the fact that she's calling to you is a little weird if you don't have the echo yet. However, you being shown the star shower is what should be giving you the echo. But let's see if she's closest here. I've done AR several times, and apart from the part is prelude, I don't recognize this song at all. Yeah, the calling. Yeah, I don't know, Tracy. Maybe Zapapple will help us get there, though. Yeah, Raven, I so rarely ever put a helmet on any of my characters.
Feel. Think.
Oh, maybe there is the star shower. I think this is the part where we see... Or no, this is the part where we're empowered. Yeah, see how I have the crown? That's why it makes you have the... You're still having a hard time finding it. Interesting. Interesting. And then we wake up. See, so it's more of like a vision granted to us, but we don't have the echo until we see the star shower. Okay. Well, for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna toss that up. It has the prelude. Summoning by Hydaelyn. Prelude. Okay. Player housing day. We already got that. Battle theme 1.x. I guess the talking to us part is part of her blessing, but also her hearing her caused a memory to resurface, and we got the echo as a result. So the blessing was granted because we got access to the Crystal of Light. So we needed the Crystal of Light in order to... And also, she granted onto those with the echo. So we get the Blessing of Light, that's what the mandala thing is, and it's charged by the Crystal of Light. At the same time that we get the echo because we are awakened to the echo because we are granted the vision of the star shower. It seems that Hydaelyn can reach out to specific individuals even if they do not have the echo. It's just that the echo, hearing the echo allows people to hear easier. This is used for so many things. Yeah, plays in some instance battles, fates, during battles against rank B elite marks. Wait, no, it's not the FF3 battle theme. This is one of the other battle themes, I think. Well, I mean, okay, it's basically the same. Okay, this is different. The first part is the same, but it's different. Okay, it is the original FF2 battle theme. This plays a lot of places. Man, I feel like a long-term thing would be trying to figure out every place every one of these things play. I'm not gonna do that on stream, though. Duties, fates, elite, marks. I remember from Hildebrand fates. Yeah, it's definitely in Hildebrand stuff. So the crystal gave us access to hearing her, and then hearing her caused deja vu experience that unlocked the minute. No. So Astral, she gives you the vision of the meteors to awaken the echo in you. Us getting access to the crystal probably strengthens her connection to us, and what happens is at the same time as it allows her to grant us the blessing of light, and be granted the blessing of light, she also contacts us in the same moment and gives us a vision of the final days and the meteors, which awakens the echo in you. Because witnessing an event that is parallel to what happened during the final days awakens those who are capable to awaken to the echo. Does that make sense? I'll actually put 2 instead of... I need to put FFI battle theme. Okay. Does cool. I know it's a little confusing, but it's also confusing because a lot of people during A Realm Reborn, really actually onwards, can conflate the Blessing of Light and the Echo as the same thing, but they're different. One is a charm and one is an innate property of a soul. The Echo being an innate property of a soul, and the charm and the Blessing of Light being a wanderer's warding charm. A wanderer's warding charm. Okay. This is just like... This is just like the, not mystery theme, but like enigma? Quandary theme. Various, yes. Yeah, absolutely, I have no idea where calling plays. I'm gonna keep looking, but Hydaelyn cutscenes give me nothing. Yeah, it's Pavel. Thanks so much for looking into it. It's wild, right? It's like, okay, obviously it should be one of the scenes where she shows up, and in A Realm Reborn, that's a very limited number. You've got when she first shows you her vision, when she shows you, she gives you her spiel, which we already just watched, no, it didn't show up there, and then you've got the La Habrea moment. So like, when else would there be? It's a conundrum. Appropriate. Agent of Inquiry? Maybe y'all know it's just Hildebrand's theme. It's funny, some of these things like conundrum, I can't tell if it's in something else or if I'm just so used to hearing it in various expansions that I'm thinking it's connected to something else, but it's just its only thing. The shenanigans theme. Is it my greater sorrow that doesn't match the rhythm of the Manderville dance? Oh, yeah. This is a dungeon theme. Okay, it's not Sastasha, because we already did that. It's not Tempterra, which means it's probably so it's not Copperbell, because we did that, so it's probably Halatali? Hang on a second. Yeah, I think it's Halatali. The Ludus? And then Halatali Hard is part of like the hard mode's music. What the hell is a Ludus? Why do I feel like this is a part of one of the medleys for Hydaelyn? Ludus in ancient Rome, several meetings playing around, game, sport, training, Ludi, public games held, a town in Trent. Okay, this makes sense. It was used like in common with like gladiatorial games and stuff like that, so obviously it makes sense for Halatali. Wait, this theme is used somewhere else. Where was it? The Halatali theme? Here, I can play it a little again. Gidget. Could you scroll the document up a little? The name of the current songs are behind your portrait. Yeah, totally. Sorry, I obviously have a lot of like rejiggering, dude. Let me just open up this, and then we can that's not zoomed in enough. Oh my god, the screen is bright as hell. Okay. Let's... Why can I not scroll to this? What did I did the last time that worked? Oh, you know what I think it was? I think I hid. How did I do it last time? This will give you guys a second. No, that was not it. View, show outline, show comments. There we go. That was part of it. Oh yeah, see, now it's working. Okay, cool. There we go. Oh, on Luke, I remember correctly, it's like a bulwark. Oh yeah, no, yeah. So it's more like to play, to fight, to contend, contention, stuff like that, which makes sense when we're. You know what? Let me move my mic real quick, just so that I can like actually see you guys. Let me know if this changes the audio quality at all. You can open up the document outline. It'll show everything's right. Little button to the top left. Oh my god, ah. Assuming not. Well, either way, it was working fine with this. I forgot the echo is triggered by an extreme event like meteor rather than a voice alone triggering it. Yeah. It seems that apparently, based on the fact that she mentions us, Hydaelyn is able to contact us, is able to give visions to some extent, even to those without the echo or have been awakened to it, but access to the crystals of light give her a much stronger connection. Ludus is where Ludo narrative comes from. Game story. Oh! Of course! Look, Lynn, that's so cool. Thanks for pointing that out. I don't think I would have put 2 and 2 together on that one. Okay. So that's Hydaelyn. Does not seem like it comes back up anywhere. Unless... It's just that the AR early dungeons has some incredibly cool tracks. The last one only about 6 seconds before generic dungeon battle theme starts. Yeah, I mean, that ain't that the truth for a lot of it. Favorite to get you. Is this just when you go into Sylph's locations? Like, this is just like the Sylph. Plays in Little Solace. Yes, okay, cool. I'm gonna say /Sylph theme for now until there's... This is the Eastern Shroud in the northern part, like the Sylph lands, right? Is it the same as Favorite to Get You, or is it just same instruments? Okay, no, it is the same. Sylph. Does that... How many other maps in the game have multiple themes per map? Like, obviously, there's, like, rest spots, but, like, you don't get it in Yangshan. There's, like, 2 themes in Yangshan. I mean, there's a day and night, obviously, but there's not a, like... You don't go to one part of Yangshan, it's one thing. Like, Thule, you don't. Elpis, you don't. Garlemald, no. Okay, this is kind of fire. Was I favorite to Gidget earlier? Yeah. I only miss the old dungeon styles of 11 now that I've gotten back into it. You just sort of walk into them from the overworld and just do them rather than being instanced into one. Yeah. I kind of like my instance, like, set, trek, like... I like the 14 WoW style, like, instance-specific dungeon content personally, but I think there's a real strength to that. I know that, like, New World does similar things. Or you're being consistent, but it felt like you just walked in naturally, if that makes sense. Okay, so more a little bit more like WoW rather than having the duty finder. Yeah, that's the problem, right? Is like 14 goes with convenience, and also goes with like it has much more limited scope and scale. Oop, oh, press the wrong button. That was what? 1,000 screams. Switch. Oh, this is 1,000 Maul. Wait, that part. Where does that part come from? That. What is that from? That bum 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 bum. No, it's not Crystal Tower. No. So the 1,000 screams that was 1,000 Maws. We know that was 1,000 Maws, but that's in something else. No. Again, I know that is Totorock, guys. I'm not saying that. What is that? I'm saying what is that part in Totorock? I swear to God, is in something else. Totorock, just screaming Totorock. I love both game styles for sure. It felt more natural in 11. Yeah, I mean it's contiguous, right? Like I definitely understand why that can feel more natural, more immersive world-wise. Totally. I mean, 14 not only went for convenience, but basically created a style that was much more instance and finite maps and a world that was built out lore-wise and in narratively, rather than necessarily making the maps contiguous or making them feel. I mean, like the maps in Guild Wars 2 are still instance, but there's still a way in which that they're not like the kind of like size and scope and scale of something like, 14's not the size and scale and scope of even that. So totally get what you mean. Totorock. Here's another dungeon thing, probably just hard mode. Is used in Crystal Tower somewhere like World of Darkness. I know the motif you're talking about, Astriel. I don't think it's that, because I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think it's that though, but it's very similar. I thought it was in Labyrinth. Okay, maybe it is, Issa. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Also, how you doing, man? Let's pull up the Labyrinth then. Should be before the fall. No. Where did I put before the fall? Before the fall. Bum. It was the bum 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 bum. That's not the same as the Totorock one. Like let me play the Totorock real quick again. What was it? 1,000 something? 1,000 screens. This is, I know this, I swear to God this is you somewhere else. I'm gonna play the Sylphlands again real quick, just in case. Heaven on High? Maybe. Long Fall uses it. Yeah, no worries, Astro. That makes sense too. The Dark's Embrace. Here, let me look it up. The Dark's Embrace. The hard mode theme for yeah. Oh yeah, we talked about this a bit. That may be it. Bum 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 bum. You got it. Infinite, you got it. That's totally what it is. Bum, 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 bum. It might be used again, to be fair, but that is definitely what it is. Let's pull up Dark's Embrace to make sure we note that. Hard mode dungeon calm theme. Oh, so that's the calm theme. So maybe the Dark's Kiss is where it gets used in the battle theme. And that was 1,000 Screams. That's what it was. 1,000 Screams. The Dark's Kiss. Because I bet you that's the fighting theme. Yeah, this is the battle theme. Okay. Does it get used in? It might be in Heaven on High that the dungeon mode the music gets used, Issa, which would make sense why it shows up in Heaven on High. Yeah, okay, this also uses it. Now I'm wondering if Halatali's theme is that, or 1,000 Moths is 1,000. And Dark's Kiss, yep. So going by these two themes, it's used for deep delves into something unholy, void scent related. Total Rock less so, because Total Rock, I mean, unholy, I guess, yeah, unholy is a desecrated place. That's fair. Though I guess, like, it's used in hard modes, and not all the hard modes are necessarily like that. So, because, Brave Lox's isn't like that, you know? Reborn, going back to, so, but that's interesting. Let's keep an eye out, because I might plop up somewhere else. Yeah, it's totally the Dark Embrace. Yeah, it was easy mode. Dark Embrace is the remix of a lot of ARR dungeon theme. Oh, is it? Do you know all the ones that it is infinite? I mean, that also makes sense that why the hard mode would be. We can keep an ear out for it. Right now, I'm only hearing that main part. Well, you know what? We're going to get to that song later, so we can go back to it. And then there's a battle theme to use it for. Okay, yeah. We have I think the battle theme we got to for hard modes. Zapavla, I think that was it. Okay, let's continue on. I mean, I got to stop hunching over. I got to, like, actually just, like, scoot the frick in. My soul to keep. Is that just Hawk Manor? Okay, let's pull up. This list interesting. This list is Lady Amadine's theme, but is like, and the Maiden's Lament is Hawk Manor. I feel like this is what plays. Okay, now I'm curious. Now I'm here. Now I'm gonna pull the game back up real quick. Dungeons from Reborn. You'd think for all the times I'd play this, I'd remember which one was which. Okay, so it's not... My Soul to Keep does play with Amadine. Okay. It's interesting that it's in that order then. I wonder if her theme plays during, like when you're initiating the quest at all. Involving her with her bosses introduced, yeah. This is the Airman. that flies through. Sounds like Black Bosom made us POTD theme. Well, we should go check. We'll check that after this. Pizza time? Ooh, go enjoy, Kiko. Yeah, it's the only place I can think of, although it's also in POTD. I guess POTD makes sense, especially if it's Gelmorin and there's like possibility that if not Todorock is Gelmorin, at the very least, you know, it's kind of rooted in a historical legacy. And also, you know, diving deep. Okay. So my soul to keep. Is my soul to keep used in anything? Okay, from fear to fortitude. Why is that in between my soul to keep and Maiden's Lament? Is Maiden's Lament the same as hers, I wonder? Oh, I meant Amadine's theme? Oh, okay, well that, I mean, to be fair, Issa, what I said technically would still apply to that, as though not Gelmorin in nature, Hawk's Manor is still a root of Pagel history, which is rooted in the same history. I've played Hawk Manor so many times. Why have I never like noticed this music? This is fire. Are we going into Bowser's Castle? No. Actually, the Pavel, that's... You're right. That is why. You're right. That is the reason. It's funny you say because it plays for 60 seconds then start. I feel like plays for like 20 seconds then start. 60 seconds, I don't think I've ever been played that long. Also, this song is only like 80 seconds anyways. Well, I mean, you hear the rest too, but you just remember the organ. I feel like I would remember the ladies part, but I must just never get to there. We must get to the fighting too quick. I think I had a hot goth girl read sad poetry to me once to this music. Okay, but from fear to fortitude. This gets used for a lot of stuff. Well, this says it's the level 30 class quest battle thing, but it's used other times than that, for sure. Gets used. Dude, some people are listing it as like Godbert's theme. Bum, bum, bum. Class quest adverse. 2.4 mid-dungeon boss theme. Okay, so it got used in 2.4 for the mid-dungeon. Okay, it's used in a lot of different things, so we're gonna have to name some of them. Okay. Class finale. Godbert, Manderville. 2.4 mid. I mean, is it for any other dungeons other than 2.4? 2.4 would be fighting. It's Snowcloak, right? Because MIDI is 2.5. Yeah, but only Naked Godbert. Honestly, calling it Godbert's theme is not that far off. What song is this? I'm only vaguely recalling it's existing. Tam, good to see, glad to have you. And it is From Fear to Fortitude. Maiden's Lament is basically a remix of My Soul to Keep. Is it? Because I was listening for that, and I swear to God I wasn't hearing it. But let's listen to that again. So My Soul to Keep. Maybe it's the first 30 seconds, so it's sort of a preamble. Bum, bum. So they do the same thing there. Bum, bum, bum. Just restarts. It is. It's just so different. Yeah. It is the same general notation. I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it does the thing here. This is... Yep, it is the same. Okay, and I'm sure there's actually more uses of From Fear to Fortitude. I'm even pretty sure it's used in like some duty quests. Very busier dynamics, a lot more going on, definitely. Wait, what category is it place in orchestration? You'll have to ask someone. I don't know for that, but I'm sure someone who else who has gotten the thing for sure has it. Still waiting for Soul to keep Black Bosom. Yeah, let's get back. We can get to that, sure. Before we move on. That would be Heaven's Word, though, right? In theory. Bosom. Yeah, that was Heaven's Word. So we'll have to pull it back up. I think it is it. Bum, 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 bum. I'm pretty sure Black Bosom is actually the same. Yeah, it's doing the thing. Bum, 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 bum. No, good job catching it, guys. Good job catching it. It's actually even before the melody rises. The first part is also the same. It's all, but that part definitely for sure too. I love the ordering of these tracks. Like, you're going, oh, I hit 30, I should do my class quest mid-manner. Right, Lynn? I was thinking this, I'm like... I mean, like, the only way that makes sense to me is if Lady Amadine's theme, if My Soul to Keep got played when you're picking up the quest to go do Hawk Manor, then, like, okay, then I guess you do that then to go do your class quest. But isn't Hawk, like, 27 or 20... It's like 27, right? 28. Yeah, so you'd still be doing the Hawk Manor before you go do your thing. The ordering of this is so weird, wild to me. Wait, might I actually talk when you play with the butler? See, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. I don't have any memory of that, but that's what I mean. Yeah. That song is a little creepy. I mean, to be fair, it's supposed to be, so that works well. Okay, so that's cool. And I also have parts of Slumber Disturbed, but like... Slumber Disturbed. Let's see if... Oh, Tamtera's theme, which would make sense. Oh yeah, it definitely has parts of Slumber Disturbed in it too. Okay, interesting. My thing still says it's good. I'm curious, guys. I'm gonna do that clap thing. I'm curious how much of a delay, because sometimes I've been having a delay of like 2 seconds with you guys, but today it seems like the delay is a little bit longer. So I'm gonna try something out. So I'm gonna clap, and you just say clap or something along those lines. Well, yeah, it's based on Amadine from Hawk. I'm not sure what you're... Okay, clap. No, okay, so the delay's not high. Tamtara Hard having bits of the theme from Tamtara. No, that wasn't Tamtara Hard, though. We're saying that Black Blism, Ada's POTD fight, has parts of Slumber Disturbed. Tamtara, worst marriage ever. It's definitely not one of the better ones. Yeah, I love horror too. Wait, am I actually play when you talk to the butler? Yeah, okay, I didn't miss anything, guys. Okay, cool. Oh, the Black Blism was Tamtara. No. Here, we have Tamtara Hard is... What is it called? Did I do it with a dash? Yeah, okay, that's why. It is... Oh, I don't have it listed yet, but here. Tamtara Hard is... I know I've used it for a bunch of different videos. What is it? Come on. Dark Vows. Although Dark Vows, I think, is a version of Slumber Disturbed, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, right, that's a Before the Fall. So we'll get to talk about that in a bit. Continuing on from Ruby Sunrise. I mean, the boss fight with Ada. I'm taking a break from Tears of the Kingdom, so the stream is up. Well, good. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Yeah, the boss fight with Ada. Well, I mean, technically, there's the Avere boss fight. There's 2 boss fights with Ada, right? You have the POTD fight with her, and you have in the Palace of the Dead boss fight, and you also have that Tamtara Heart. Black Blism has the 2 Void Temp related MSQ dungeon. It has the 2. Yeah. Which, I mean, well, but interestingly, also not just that. You have a Gelmoran and a Gelmoran and a Gridanian dungeons as well, which is very relevant to the Palace of the Dead. I keep looking at you guys. Should be looking at the camera. Maybe you'll remember. Okay, let's go. Moving on. Ruby Sunrise. This just goes to the Souls thing? Yeah, because this is the thing with like the shaking. So fun fact, listen to the music for a second. When you hear like maracas or like something shaking, that's paper clips in a ramen cup. This. That's soaking with paper clips in a ramen cup. I don't think there's anything in it. I checked my soul to keep my play in boss intro and Tamtara Hard. That'd be surprising, but we can definitely check it out. Lip flaps on long stops. I'm assuming this is for Afloxes. Yeah. Still hard to believe that. I heard he used a cigarette pack in another song. Oh yeah, he uses all sorts of weird shit. Like, there's so many funny interviews with him, like, explaining the weird stuff he's used to make some of the songs. I don't think anything in this is from earlier. Echoes of Ages Past. Karn. I don't know if this is Karn. push anything in. I can't believe it. The man dual wielded automatones and sounded good live on stage. He can play anything. Yeah. It's also, it's hard to sound really intentionally bad if you're good. It's like most people sound bad, sound like you're trying to be good, but it's not there, which sounds really bad. But like trying to sound really bad, like you did for Lahi, was impressive. I mean, you guys remember when you used a box below a piano to do the ambient pour theme, right? Like y'all have seen that, right? You know what I'm talking about? Does the asterisk sound good there? Yeah, exactly, damn. I don't know this one. Oh! Cutter's Cry, right? Yeah, Cutter's Cry. Okay, cool. Oh, Issa, you don't know what I'm talking about? Okay, I can pull that up. Here, let me, soak in piano box. So this was at FanFest 2016. Soken came out on stage dressed up as an Eorzean and started playing the Amdaporian theme while playing like a two pianos at once. But obviously there's the part where there's the beat, the you know, the bum. Pointing under the desk. It's just a giant cardboard box. What a mad lad. I can only imagine what he's gonna do this year. Mac, good to see you, glad to have you. I don't think Abomination had anything from it later. This is a dungeon, right? What dungeon is it? No. I'm gonna check the thing. Oh, it's Ugomoro Mines. Okay. That's why. Quick as silver, hard as stone. I don't think this is used in anything prior, but I do think this gets used in other things later. I think Laffy corrected me incorrectly there. Laffy collected that to Ugomoro Mines, but Ugomoro's did not. Yeah, Quick with Silver is Hearthstone, so it already actually exists. So we can just remove this, because that's just from prior. It's used in 1.0, used, applied, played. It's used in 1.0, used, applied, played. Very good at it. Some people straddle the line between madness and genius. Soken plays the line as an instrument. You're not wrong. Kobold, it was forgotten, just like the dungeon it was in. The Karn theme always makes me a little angry, mostly because Karn is a dungeon I've had the worst groups, not including when the healer ran ahead of me. The tank, rather than ask me to pull me to go fast. Yeah, I hate that shit too, lady. That sucks. Yeah, here comes Titan, hits like, what, 5 themes? Yeah. technically I know some of this isn't actually their phasing, because I think he doesn't even have 5 phases, but... So this is Weight of a Whisper. Weight of its will. Weight of the world. This is after the first jump. Yeah, I'm just gonna call them phasing because it's for lack of a better way to. Rah! Titan. So this is the interstitial between the thing. This part, the choral part, I swear to God, exists somewhere else. Titan's theme. I went, oh, this kind of music can be in it. This kind of music can be in MO? Yeah, lady, it's interesting. That was not the moment that I felt that way, because I didn't feel till later. Maybe, I don't know why, but I know a lot of people who definitely felt like Titan was the first one they went like, oh. Oh, did I spell coral? I spelled coral, didn't I? Yep, thank you. Thank you. But this is Heartless. Let me get under the way. I will say, you don't wall-to-wall it, but you can get close to half-walling it for the bats. But yeah, but then you have to be good at healing and a good tank at the same time. I feel like Under the Weight was the first time they let Soken go wild. Forever Lost, sadness theme. I mean, actually, does it have another? I have a listing over here that references it playing during like a royal reception stuff, but it's like, it honestly just plays so many different places. I mean, we probably already have a Lost theme. We've already probably stated one, but let me just like see if we. Lost theme. Yeah, okay, we don't have it, so I'm gonna just do Lost theme. Okay, cool. Actually, this thing. Someone passed me thing. Okay, Heartless is technically the heart phase. Because this gets used in other things too, like in Eden. I think that's a way better way of putting it. It's really sad that the Titan actual theme Under the Weight rarely gets to the good part before he dies. Nah, it's pretty much their signal shit is bad, yeah. Let Soken go wild. Pretty sure Soken came wild. It's the same with Ultimate Weapon pre-rework. Thank God I can actually hear Ultima when I fight him now. Yeah. It's not like beat shit up bad, like already happened bad. Yeah. I feel like that's like Lost, right? Because it's the post, too. Wallow in your drink bad. Yeah. And then we get Eden Titan theme, which starts hard and goes harder. True. Someone moves makes me sad. Well, I feel like that's the right emotion. You know, you want this song to make you feel the right emotion. You know, Eden Savage theme is basically the same, but without distortion. Yeah. It's funny how some of the Eden versions are actually less harsh than the originals. Like, Return to Oblivion is more clean than Oblivion was. Was this just the Kurthan theme? This is Fealty. Kurtha, Central, Highlands, Day. I'm assuming it's Day theme. Because I'm assuming night would come after. Kurthas, Central. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna be a terrible person. Forever Lost is a wilting cabbage theme. Why must you do this to me? It's This one must wonder why you must do this to this one. Is there anything in here that's like ends up being useful? Listen to that. It's not quite Heaven's Words, but bum, 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 it's like little itty bit of Heaven's Word. I remember I was so unused to hearing this theme before they released Flying in the Overworld that I remember when they released Flying in the Overworld in 5.3 and I was flying around Kurthus and I was hearing this music, I heard the choral part of this singing for the first time and I'm like, is there an event going on? Is there like a special fate? Like what's going on? Why is the music different? The theme of dozens and dozens of hours of fate farming in 2.0. Yeah. My feels. Pipe organ always makes me think Kurthus. I mean, they associate with Ishgard, so it makes sense. It's like from this pipe organ, the entirety of Heaven's Word OST sprouted. Is Undying Faith? This isn't the nighttime theme. Isn't this when you like go into like, yeah, this is when you go into like settlements and stuff. Although it does have fealty in it. You can hear fealty in it. Yeah, it does have fealty in it. It's just different emphasis. Lady, thank you for the 11 bucks. Some levity got me doing an Alphino person. Oh, that's good. Okay. Can someone give me an Alphino line? Like, can I just use like an Alphino? Like, just like a best Alphino quotes. Top one that someone posted was, you can rest assured I've been practicing belly flops into the Ruby Sea. Oh my god, so a bunch of these... Okay, first let's like, what's British stuff? Okay. I do not know. I do not know. Something firewood. Some levity. Gabby doing an Alphino impression. How much could a katana cost? 10 gil? What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. I mean, but, like, a lot of people have like a good Yule, like the Yule Morium part. This is more serious, but I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side, and would do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So, come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger, as you are wont to do. I will endeavor not to slow you down. It just makes me kind of emotional, reminding me of how much... yeah. About to say, talking to him right now, want me to type what he's saying? Sure. Your Gabby voice actually cured my depression. Good, Raven. I'm trying to like... Funny... Let's do funny alternate lines. Let's see what... oh, I forgot there's a 14 quote bot. I can just use that. Let's see if I can get a couple of those up. Elio's Gabby voice is always good. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I wish there were more gobbies. We haven't had a lot of gobbies lately in this story. Okay, let me pull up my notepad. Oh, I forgot, you guys can actually see what I'm doing right now, so. Let's pull up, we can also just pull up some. I swear to God, am I having some, this is my refresh rate, I think, on my monitor is weird. Alfino. The problem is he's just got a lot of like normal ass lines, doesn't he? Ah, there's so much writing in this game. Yeah, there's just too many options. Just make some high-minded shit up. Dobby is the most... Oh, sure. Oh, I got another. Alfino Levier, son of House Levier. It was at the tender age of 11 that Alfino and his twin sister Alice were accepted into the prestigious studio. There he specializes in the study of arcanium entities, history and natural history, and give me a second. And pursued advanced studies in the magical arts and authority. Upon graduating at 16, the shining age of adulthood, he resolved to sail for Eorzean in spite of his father's objections. Alfino has since worked to see his grandfather's wishes made reality. That is why he joined the Scions, and later why he founded the Crystal Braves. With the latter, however, the Eorzean elite utilized Alfino's inflated confidence to their advantage. Gabby does not think Alfino Gabby does not think he has inflated confidence, wresting the Braves from his control and delivering the young man a bitter defeat. This defeat, however, would have set him upon a journey deep into the heart of the Dragonsong War, where his experiences and encounter would see him grow and mature as a person. To say that Alfino Gabby is a man of many talents is an underestimate. In addition to his scholastic feats, Gabby is also a talented artist. Gabby's specialty being portraits. One will not, however, see him taking up the brush and palette for Eorzean, a young woman for which he bears some annoyance due to her particular tendency to know too much. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ashen, Guardian, or any other, we take up in arms in her defense. That all in Eorzean may live to see a brighter tomorrow, especially Gabby's. Hopefully that helped. Have a good night, Tracy! The quote at the bottom of the screen is perfect. What, the Alice Day one? I swear to the 12 and all of the coming creation, if he says another word about politics and organization, I am going to scream. My goal is no less than salvation of the star. Technically an Alice Day quote, quoting Alfino line, but still good, definitely. That's from 5.4, right? Booted Tears of the Kingdom of Alchemy. This is a picture of just a gorgeous sunrise. Not for a question, I think, just because the goddamn this game is gorgeous. Yeah, when it has those moments. I finished Tears. I have complicated feelings on it. I've read widely of the world and its wonders. I have read widely of the world and its wonders, yet after taking but a few steps into the unknown, I'm reminded how much I have still to discover. There you go. Elio quoting, Lady quoting, Alice quoting Alfino. It's a weird world we live in. Again, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much, lady. Okay. Okay, we were on Undying Faith, which clearly had part of fealty in it. This is the Kurthan battle theme. But this has the same... I could swear that this battle theme is similar to one of the other ones. I mean, part of that's probably because, like, here, let's see. Is it that just, like, all of the 2.0 ones sound similar? Okay, it's definitely not Nail of Heaven. That's 1.0, Lunosia. Does it sound anything like Penion's Aloft? No. Definitely doesn't sound like Phantoms of the Lake. Beneath Bloodied Banners. Okay, yeah, so there's just the main battle theme for 14, and just always, it's a version of it with the instrumentations different, slightly different for each area. Elio quoting Lady, quoting LC, quoting Alfino, Elio quoting Lady. He thinks we're going too deep, just a tad. If we go deeper, we'll come out the other side. Love this theme, it feels classic FF. The battle themes of Pavel? Yeah, definitely at 5-bit. The one way to get to Mirror City. You know, alternatively, we could just, you know, fly there, sail there, any number of other ways. Okay, so definitely, I mean, all the, you know, I feel like there's no, like, main thing to point back to. But by the same token, we could just say like the regional battle theme. Air regional battle theme. Get rid of that. Find death. Promise of plunder. Low level. No. Black Strap battle theme. Yeah. Air regional battle theme. I can just copy this though. And then we just need Hydaelyn. No, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Cool. That's boring. We're going to Mirror City by overquoting. Not at all. By overquoting or not at all. Yeah, that's definitely how it works. Oh, Raven! Thank you for the $5. Can't spare too much money. Don't worry about it, really don't. But here's some for bringing me joy during my rough time. Aw. Milkshake money, definitely. I haven't gone out to any of the new places around me yet. Like the area, I'm a little bit away from any cities or town, but I'll definitely find a milkshake place. I think there's like a local store, actually, like a local malt shop or something. Thanks a bunch, Raven. And I hope it continues to be entertaining. And we're getting closer. We're getting ever closer towards filling out that cooking stream. Yeah. Honestly, I should have set it below $200. I don't know why I set it so high. But we'll definitely get that going too. My plan is whenever we do the cooking streams, I'm gonna like set up like a cooking bench behind me, and we're gonna like do it all on stream. It'll be fun. Okay. Continuing on, shall we? Also, if you have a Gobby line or something you want, Raven, go for it. I mean, it's just that... I mean, that's in Kurthus, but Kurthus Central has its own... The fealty is its... So this says it's a Kurthus... This is Camp Dragonhead. Then what the heck is Undying Faith? Okay, so this is, okay, this is for the Observatorium. Estinian Gubby? What's a good Estinian line? Give me your favorite Estinian line, Raven. I'll get it. This is C. Yeah, what Pavel said. Yeah. Okay. So the random question: do you think Garlean Third Eye is more like a proper eye or like an Alra horn and just sensory organ? Definitely the latter. It's definitely not an eye. It's more like I would almost think like bone or chitinous is more what you. It's not. You don't physically see through it. There's some implication that they may have like some amount of proprioception through it, but that's ambiguous as all hell and not really ever clarified. And it's not. And also, if you blindfold a Garlean or you blind their eye, it doesn't show any specific difference. Says dragons. So this is fealty again, just see if it's the same as Dragon's Church. It's kind of the same. I don't know if it's quite the same. Yeah, it's probably a good time to say take that break, Rag. You give to
You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
That better? How about that? Was that good? I assume all pipe organs are Kurthis. Do the other nation cities they have an instruments associated with them? They have instrumentation associated with them, but I would actually have to look at it. But definitely, there's like instruments that are specifically associated with each one. Probably not like as iconically as the organ. The shamisen obviously for like Othard, and like Doma. I mean Doma and Hingashi specifically. I would have to think about it for a while. I'd actually have to listen to it more carefully. You know, if Misako was around, Misako might know, or be able to help us figure it out. Charlene seems to be fond of their guitars. Yeah. Definitely Infinite, that's a good point. It is the student's room instrument, after all, yeah. They use it for The Last Stand, they use it for Ewer Brimith. I don't know which one this is. This is Cold Salvation. Oh, it's Stone Vigil. Is this just the main Stone Vigil theme? I am gonna say fealty question mark on that because I don't think that the Stone Vigil is fealty. I think there's definitely some timbre associations between regions. Timber. Interesting. Interesting. I'd be curious if like you could help us like parse through what the different ones are. Oh, this is Zemail Darkhold, I think, right? How do you even smell Zemail? I know it's DZ, but okay, DZE. I found one where I don't remember where he even said the line.
If only that happened, Squid. Imagine all the dried rations.
That's a recent one, if I'm not mistaken, Raven. Here, I can see if I can. Here, we can pull up at the very least all the mentions of squid in the game. Seeing as if there had been Call Zal, that would have been 6.0. So I definitely it's 6.x. The question is when. Squid. Yeah, there's no squid in cutscenes. Yeah, so it must have been 6.x. That's when it came out. Posted March 28th from where I found it on the website. Okay, so it's not 6.4, but it had been 6.3 or 6.2 or 6.1. This is Miser's Folly. That would be Orm Vale. I swear to God, for a second I heard a part from. Bum bum bum. I feel like there's. Is there an part of the overworld theme for Karthus in there? I'm gonna put. I'm gonna loop that for a second. I'm on my phone, so not typing a ton today. Yeah, no worries, Musico. Wait, Elio, I found one where I don't. Oh, we got to that. To be honest, I forgot how long I did Stone Vigil with sound on. I only remember funny boss names like Chudo Yudo or Koshiche. Yeah. What percent of songs in game aren't on occasional scrolls yet? I think. I don't know. Does it seem like they add random new missing ones? Often like 10 or so. They added Adventures Guild or Achievement Banner. I don't know what their rhyme or reason is for adding the ones that they haven't yet. I cannot imagine that it is particularly difficult to transform them. It may be a rights thing, which I don't think makes a lot of sense because I know Soken's all in-house. Some of them that they don't have, some of them that they have or that they sell for premium, I know are definitely because of rights reasons. Yeah, I really don't know. I couldn't tell you because it's not like Minions, right? It's not like what's the possible overhead of how difficult can it be to like get it so that it's in for you to be able to play a song in the orchestration machine? I can't. Like, there's no modeling, you know? The icon for a scroll is the same every time. Is that from the last boss of the newest dungeon? Which theme? That we're playing right now? No, definitely not, because we're in a Rome Reborn. A lot of those associations are rooted in real-world perception of style and musical origins. Yeah, definitely. As well as, I mean, you know, like, Oregon and, like, Catholicism and religion is definitely... As well as regions where certain instruments originate or are popularly used. Definitely. Like shamisen. Really need to jump into your doc and stuff when I have the time. Totally. Feel free. Remember that this doc is public. You can comment on it publicly. However, if people abuse that, well, we'll worry about that then. I haven't done the newest dungeon. I haven't heard it yet. Might be a reference to the judge. Well, the newest dungeon is just Flow, in terms of its meat song. Might be a reference to the also. Oh, the squid. Yeah, that would make sense if that was a line from him in 6.1 for Alzadal. That would make sense. So Shame AR Dungeon. I thought you were talking about the music for a second. I was thrown off. Shame AR Dungeon play their theme for long when entering, so we don't get sued. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. I heard theme was once a right thing, but I really found I was in my list at some point and don't know when I got it. It'd be weird if Fiend was a rights thing because it's Soken. Although the singer for it's not Soken, so it may have been whoever was singing on it. That might have been part of it. The squid line, yeah, I'm following now, Tim. Thunderer is an Ascian boss theme. First and foremost, it's later stated to be used for tough fight proof. Thunderer? Have we gotten to that yet? Oh, no, we haven't, but you're hopping ahead. Okay, moving on to Thunderer. For tough fights, proof it's in Embers, the La Habrea medley. Yeah, okay. It's also used for Emmet, so. Ascian / tough fights. So yeah, it is definitely used for Ascians, that's for sure. It's used for Emmet, it's used for La Habrea. Is it used during 5.3 for Elidibus at any point? I feel like it is. That one fight in Coils, right? Against Nail? Probably not, because Nail has her own battle theme. It might be, but I don't think it is. Nabrialis 2. Oh! Of course it's used for Nabrialis. Good catch, Infinite. The one that everyone complains about. I'm assuming you mean Nail. Or Twintania? Rings. Oh, the jumping puzzle one? I don't think so. I think it's under raids and games. Twintania? Yeah, it might be used in Twintania. Here, we can pull it up. It is using Twintania. Good call. Good catch. So there's the tough boss part that you were talking about earlier. Ascian tough fights. Various achievement fates. I don't know where I don't even know. I'm gonna have to like check that out later. I have no idea why I added that. No, we entered the Twister Zone. Honestly, Twintania is really fun. As a boss, I feel like once you learn how to do Twintania right, cuts you right before the Siege of Sacrifice. Yeah, okay, so it is used with Elidibus. Okay. Yeah, Thunder is number 11 under raids, one section. Cool. Kiss of Chaos. And this just gets used a lot. It's like a general ominous theme. This is in the overworld somewhere. Oh, it's used in Western Lenosia, that's what it is. Oh my god, what the fuck did I even spell here? Wait, does that have... Bum, 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 bum. Is that... Does this get used somewhere else? I feel like this is like this is in another Lenosian theme. I know on Westerly Winds gets used for Siren Song. Thanks to one of you guys pointing that out. I think it's The Land Breathes might be what it is. 70s. We were at... I don't think so, but I feel like there's something out there. I'm gonna keep add some asterisks because I think there's something there. The Nabro alias. This is also using the cutscene right before the Siege of Sacrifice. Basically, this is the theme of the Ascians activating their sigils for the cinematic effect. Well, it's interesting. Does it activate when he activates his sigil? I feel like it activates more like when we start pushing, like refuting him with Emmet. My main memory of this music is when Dungeon unlocks. Kiss of Chaos? That tension music being followed by X Duty unlocked. I mean, that probably makes sense because you have some cutscenes where you've got like some tension in ARR and then it goes into like, yeah. But I think that's more because of the zone and the duty, it being an ominous theme rather than like a duty unlocked theme. God, this is so Final Fantasy X. This literally just sounds like the Final Fantasy X battle theme. Oh, Thunderer also plays against La Habrea, or against a Behemoth. Well, I guess Tough Fights works. Levi, how you doing, man? And it's also the Hydaelyn theme, which makes sense because it gets used later on. I swear to God, I don't know. I need to check. No, it's not that. What is it? There's a part. Long Branch, good to see you, glad to have you. Dude, I need to actually make my Brotherhood and put it in the background or something. Like, Brotherhood's one of my favorite swords of all time. I've been meaning to, like, make one for years. Yeah, so Rag, I think a version of Flightless Wings gets used for Zelfatal. Yeah, but Grounded is not actually Flightless Wings. It's actually different. Because this is Flightless Wings. What does... Flightless Wings sounds like something else. What is it? Oh, this is... I swear there's something before Final Fantasy XIV that sounds very similar to this. I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Come on, go back. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I want to bring up another Stranger of Paradise. Sure. So the reason why it's not consistent in terms of style is on purpose. You're watching and playing FF1, but what if each other game events played out in FF1? Yeah, that just does it. Just because something does something poorly on purpose does not necessarily, I think, excuse it. And for me, Stranger of Paradise is like complete mishmash. I just think undercuts FF1, and it doesn't. I don't know how comedic it is trying to be when it ultimately makes fun of itself because of the ways in which it doesn't take itself seriously, but then also takes itself very, very seriously. And so for me, my problem is like that mishmash of style does not work to me. Like, even if that's the intent, you can combine the idea of like the dungeons being of like the other Final Fantasy universes being part, like how there's a Sastasha dungeon and stuff. You can do that without having it all clash. Because like you can have a dungeon inspired by 15 and a dungeon inspired by 14, but then not have like half your troop wearing like dragoon armor and cargo shorts and a fedora, you know? Very slight hint of FF9 music, like The Hunt, but I might be imagining it. Well, we can check it out. But I mean, look, I just have strong feelings on that. Yeah, totally. I just thought it was a neat concept of why nothing is at all consistent. They did the story poorly for sure, but I love the concept in which they could do another game. See, but I don't... Yeah, I think the thing is that you need to make a game that isn't Final Fantasy Strangers in Paradise, that is like supposed to be a recontextualization, better understanding of the world of one. You just need to make a complete, like, a game that is just like, go make a Dissidia. Go make a game that is literally just about having them all clash and mash and like be that, rather than making what is ostensibly a prequel that is trying to like it is trying to be two things that don't coalesce together at the same time. There's so many problems with Stranger in Paradise, but there's a certain Go Naga Ken Ishikawa sensibility captured that I adore by the end. Yeah, and that's the thing, is nothing I can say should or can take away from the fact that if that pleases you enough, awesome. Yeah, like the Matoya song sounded like a fantastic dungeon theme for 14 as well. Yeah. When what is actually in here, Matoya? What is the name of the one from Freshly Glazed Porksies? That's what it was. Okay. Dude, I really love... I swear to God, Flightless Wings is calling to something in my memory, and I can't figure out what it is. Oh, interesting. We get it as the Ixali theme. I don't know why this was corrected to Ixali theme. It's in 1.0, and then it got reused in... We can go ahead and get rid of that then. Fleeting Rays. Wait, I know that. I've used that in videos before. Oh! This is the Eastern Thanalin. Burning Wall? Kevin! Good to see you. Glad to have you. Back to AR, I see. Yes, we're finishing off AR today, and then we've got Endwalker next week, hopefully. Kingdom Hearts, yes. Stranger of Paradise, no. Kingdom Hearts, yes. Yeah, I guess the thing for me is, like, Kingdom Hearts, you can even say, like, okay, the Final Fantasy aspect and the Disney aspect don't necessarily coalesce, but the thing is that its root pitch is that one thing and doing that thing, rather than feeling like two separate things. Or not two separate things, because again, you could say there's two separate things, but like, if it was trying to be it's trying to be its own thing where it crossovers that two thing, rather than if it was trying to like tie into like a Disney, like it's not, Kingdom Hearts isn't Final Fantasy VII 3, Final Fantasy VII 2, and then also Kingdom Hearts, you know? You know? Forgot the city added more than just Shitoto, but was surprised they picked the first expansion villain. I can't remember his name for the life of me, though. Gaius? Or are you talking about 11? Oh, you're probably talking about 11. Yeah. I know that we got Y'shtola for Dissidia for 14, and then Xenos, I think, was the villain. Out of all the gentle dungeon themes, I think Burns' Land Long Dead is maybe the most gentle, as depressing as it is like Xenarkindish. So, Rag, two things. One, could not agree with you more. That's why I fell in love with it. Land Long Dead. Because it totally has a Final Fantasy X Xanarkin theme, completely agree. But what I love even more about it is that the Land Long Dead, if you don't know what it is not actually, it sounds original, but it's not. Because in actuality, here, oh my God, come on, load stuff. Oh my God, why is nothing loading? Come on. It is actually Penitus. No, it's not Aziz Laya. But listen. So we're gonna listen to this for a second. I know I feel like I think I've shown this off in literally every stream we've done, but A, I love this song and will take any excuse to listen to it. And secondly, I will never get over the realization that was granted to me by that this is actually just Penitus. The instrumentation is what gives it, and its pace is what makes it, this part, super Xanarkand. I can imagine this playing instead of like Wandering Flame or Someday the Dream Will End while I go walking through Xanarkand. This is the Praetorium theme. Bum 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 bum. I know, isn't it, Rag? Isn't it great? It's so good. And also, it's because who do you meet at the end of the bird? When was the last time you saw him? Gaius! Oh, it's so good. Oh, Logran, thanks for the $5 foot cam. What? I mean, you're welcome. Thanks for the $5. I ain't complaining. I got no problem showing off my body. QB, good to see you, glad to have you. I think that ffXIV guy was an alt archer or something. Oh, the guy you're talking about, I think Astriel's point. Yeah, I'm surprised I remember that. I mean, power to you, man. I'm a menace. I'm a silly Cooper. Yeah. This is like the 5th time you've done this, Elio, but you're very passionate about the song, and I love the song. So I love it every single time. Good, good, good. Yeah, I'm sure somehow I'll manage to do it in the Endwalker one too. But I love that song and used to listen to it while working so often. So that it would be like listening to the Whirlit theme and like when you realize, oh, it's just the Garly theme, you know? Yeah, I love how much Elio loves this track, yeah. Blew my mind when you showed off that in Stormblood, yeah. No more Moogle. I mean, every time you bring up the Burn Penitence link, it gives me happy brain juices, so please keep doing it. Yeah, rag 7 the moment. Mount from old PvP event, but my bones are weary. Ingrained on our souls by this point, lady out. Now I have an excuse to put Praetorian music in my play horn, trigger everyone PTSD to combo it with Land Long Dead. Yeah. Yeah, the power of motifs. Right, creepy. Okay, here's the other one, because I never would have caught this, and I'm sorry, I'm forgetting who it was that mentioned this. But one of the ones that I love is theme for Siren song. Like, there are some sneaky ones in this game that are amazing. Here on Westerly Winds, I think it is. I believe. Please right. So this is this is on Westerly Winds. This is the Lenosian Field theme. Great theme. Gotta love it. You may be familiar with it though, and you may be thinking, oh, well, of course. I mean, I spent plenty of time with Lenosia. I played ARR. I know this theme. It's quite common. But then there might be some part in the back of your mind that thinks, but I feel like I've heard this differently and more recently. And where could that be? You may ask. And I would say, the Siren Song Sea Dungeon. It's cool shit. You had this on Dungeon, thought of the stream? Good, Lid. Yeah, no, wait, yeah, see, I know some of you guys are with me regular for these streams, so you totally know. But, like, there's some people here who are here all the time, and when they realize it's like... Speaking of WoW, guys, there's a comment I need to make about the Black Wolf Strikes again. Ooh, please do. It's a great song. I love that song. And I will take any excuse to listen to it again. If you hear that and you get the echo of a collective sigh that we let out when we get the Dungeon and MC roulette. It's crazy how much you can change the song by just slowing it down, yeah. The only thing I look for is the obvious stuff like, hey, it's FF4 music. Yeah, totally rag. I know Baelsar's Wall used Gridania, but there's a song that used Ul'dah. Well, there's a couple that have used Ul'dah, so like there's Criterion Dungeon, but like, I mean, it depends on if you mean Sultana Dreaming. Like, there's Sultana Dreaming, and then there's also, what's Ul'dah Day? Ul'dah Day is, no, because that due to the sun, yeah, New Hope. So like, Sultana Dreaming gets used a lot in a bunch of different things. A New Hope a little less so, although it's, you know, technically the same theme. But yeah, Baelsar's, let's see, Baelsar's Wall contains, yeah, has Serenity in it. Oh yeah, Criterion, yeah. Although Criterion mainly uses Thanalins rather than Uldahs. I think I've been there like twice. Yeah, I spent quite a bit of time in there. It could be coincidence, but whatever. The Black Wolf Strikes again comes on and matches with the gunshots of the mechanics. Well, seeing as those could be misaligned, that must have just been luck for you. Although maybe if you play it perfectly, it does that. Although you would have to, if you don't skip, you might be skipping mechanics, in which case, yeah, I don't know. I would wonder. But man, there's a lot of good music in this game. Where were we? You know, I told myself we were only going to take 2 hours to do this today. But yeah, that's not happening because we still got... Oh, we got a lot to go. We got a bit to go, my folks. Let us continue on. I mean, worst case, we could do a bit of a Reborn stuff, but when we do Endwalker, but we'll figure it out. Fleeting Rays. That was the Fleeting Rays is the theme for Burning Wall. I'm like 99% sure. Which is interesting that there's no Allegan part to it. Oh, it also plays in Floating City of Nim. Right. Burning Wall slash Outer Lenosia Nim theme. So you have to go up to the top left of the like north west part of the map, and you'll get that theme where you can actually see the ruins of. Actually, you know what? I bet you a lot of you guys haven't. Screw it. Let's take our time. It's better to go deep than to like go fast. Say nothing. The calling really stole a lot of our time. Hey, worth it, right? You know, it's not exactly like we're in a huge hurry. I just want to try to avoid doing an ARR 3-parter. Because I feel like people are probably less interested in that than Endwalker. Oh, of course it's nighttime and the misbegotten nightmare. Okay, give me a second. Okay, for those of you who do not know, you can actually see the ruins of Nim. Like, a lot of people actually don't realize you can actually see Nim's ruins. Oh, right! Elio's in 5. Is in the middle of 6.0, so the towers are still there. But here, you can actually see part of the ruins of Nim's structures. So that's why you have the floating city of Nim. Much of its structures are floating because of these ethereal crystals. But you also have the ruins down and around here, which is also why I think that there's a good chance we'll see a Criterion dungeon someday for either Nim or for Ugamoro. Rowan, good to see you. Glad to have you. I was blown away and watching back one of your MSQ Endwalker streams and made the comment of, "This is the Warrior of Light's theme. Why is it playing here? I never realized it was our theme." Well, good. I'm glad that it provides some interesting context, Greg. Calling really, yeah. When has the stream ever taken only 2 hours? Fair. I love the consistency of xenophobic nation like Gridania always coming out with beastmen outfits like the Tomberries. Yeah, it's interesting because the xenophobia of Gridania though is fascinating in its relationship. Like, the xenophobia of Gridania is fascinating in contrast to Lenosia and Ul'dah, because all of them are xenophobic, but for very different histories and in very different ways. Like, the other thing is, like, Gridania's xenophobic in some ways that are actively worse, but in some ways that are about existential survival to them from their perspective because of the elementals, in a way that there's not the same pressure for Ul'dah and Lenosia. However, in the same token, they'll spread it much further and wider beyond just tribal groups. I mean, me and Anir have a whole lore talk on this, if you guys ever want to watch it. Must behave. Also, Elliot, good call on doing Endwalker music stream out of order. Anabasi has a ton of motifs smashed into every song. Infinite, that's exactly why I was putting off of Endwalker. I'm like, well, frankly, even if we do it now, there's still 6.5, and who knows what we'll get with that. Plus, it'll give people time to play 6.4. We know the true reason the Ruins of Nim is here, for jumping puzzles. Correct. The only comparison between Bite of the Black Wolf and Black Wolf Stalks Again after like listening to both loop at least 10 times is that riff. Ooh, do you have a timestamp for the riff? To be honest, it was one xenophobic guy that created the Tomberry outfits. Just really know that from Leap of Faith, so I'm sure Popo won't want more direct lore bits if they do Criterion for it. Oh, absolutely. The other thing is that there's a lot to investigate from Nim, because I mean, the thing is that most Nimian lore you have, obviously everything with the Tomberries, and you have, you know, the Wanderer's Palace, you know, Oshan. And so you have lots of stuff from that and the history of the War of the Magi, but we don't have as much as we'd like from this. I mean, the closest, one of the things, another piece of lore you get is the inside of Ozma, and Ozma must have been used for Nim. So there is a decent amount of Nimian lore, But we could definitely dive deeper in the same way that we could dive deeper into Silty historically. Also, it would give us a chance to potentially go out to Ogomoro, the northern section of Vilbrand. So Vilbrand, the island, is 2 sections. It's Ogomoro and Lenosia. So Lenosia is only the southern half of the island. Not true, Tomberry is like my dude. That part of the plays around 2 minutes into Black Wolf 240 and Black Wolf stalks again. Okay, so that riff part. Okay. Here, let's pull that up actually real quick. So we want Bite of the Black Wolf. Oh yeah, this part right here. Honestly, that part plays in the when fighting Ruby Weapon. Part of it is in the nail theme. Interesting. Wanderer's Palette Tomberries are not real Tomberries, level of xenophobic. Well, no. So that's flipped around. So there is, okay. Let me explain this. That's not him being xenophobic to Tomberries. It's because Tomberries in lore, there was a creature named Tomberry that is a mythological figure. The beings in the Wanderer's Palace that were mainly Lalafell of Nim, that because of Bitoso became transformed into creatures, were named Tomberries after the mythological figure. And the costume is based off of the mythological figure. So it's not that he's being xenophobic to Tomberries, it's that he's not calling the Tomberries he's specifically denoting that the costume is based off of the same myth where the Tomberries of the Wanderer's Palace got their name. Yeah. Even then, the riff is really iffy, yeah. I can tell whatever the reason really because I'm super into them frequently. Yeah. Oh yeah, where did Ozma come in 14? In this Weeping City of Mach, the second of the Void Arc, or the Shadows over Mach quest line. When you fight him, when you go inside Ozma, if you pay attention, there is a bunch of Nimian ruins, and Ozma was used as a city devastating weapon during the War of the Magi. Mach made it as a super weapon, yeah. Yeah. Major creep vibes, yeah, I mean viscerally uncomfortable. It's the only thing that's sort of similar, but even then it's not one for all, yeah. Wow, you skipped the music as fast as I skipped Guys' fight before the rework. Yeah. That's because Nail Theme is just a bite of the Black Wolf with lyrics. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought it was Gridania going, sorry, Black Mage has disfigured you. Here, cue out for your troubles. Yeah, no, I never knew that. Yeah, so there is there is a mythological creature that is a Tomberry. People see the cursed Lalafells coming out of Nim, out of the Nimian ruins, and they're like, oh, that looks like that creature from legend, a Tomberry. Yeah. So basically, it's like calling somebody who mutated horns and hooves a demon. Yeah. Yeah, that would be a way to put it. Oh, so Ozma is a Maki creation or Nim creation captured by Mach. It is a Maki creation. Here, let me get EE2. I think has the line. Actually, is it EE2? Every stream can be a lore stream if you try hard enough. Okie dokie. It should be a... Yeah, here we go. Ozma. Okay. Originally created by the mages of Mach as a means of protecting their home from what they believed was an unavoidable uprising of Voidsent, the magic spheroid was eventually employed during the War of the Magi to devour the cities of their enemies and send them into the state of dimensional compression. So there you go. Worst part about Ozma's a prototype. Yeah. And then next song was Engage. Did I ever turn the thing back on? No, I didn't. There you go. It's more like a dangerous Atmos and having a black hole inside of it. Yeah. You don't need to really try much else to turn your streams into lore streams, Elliot. No, you really don't. You really, really do not. Atmos is such a neat creature to me, and I love that both 14 and 11 use them as portals too. Well, it's great too, because Atmos and 14 got set up in 1.0. So like them being used in 6.x has been wild. Then what about Ozma and Eureka? I'm pretty sure that Ozma and Eureka is an extension of Eureka itself. I forget what the lore is on that. But I'm pretty sure that the Proto-Ozma and that it is either an extension of Eureka in some way, or there's actually, I think there's other lore behind it. What is it? What is it? What is it? There's a reason I'm forgetting what it is. Yeah, the Proto-Ozma containment units. Yeah, the Proto-Ozma. Did we ever get... No, I feel like there's some explanation of it somewhere. Now engaged is totally FF12 music. Yeah, it's got some of that vibe. I mean, music and storytelling and history keep going hand in hand. How many cultures sing their history? Yeah. And 11 used Atmos to travel to the Wings of the God expansion stuff and functions as time travel devices. Cool. Also, Shinryu in 11 is terrifying. The one we got in 14 was a mercy. Shinryu in FF5, 4-job Fiesta as a freebie bonus credit. Oh my god, lol, your jobs suck. Oh, it did have the bumble. I adored the new Pandemonium raid, but I really wanted to fight 11 Pandemoniums. 11 S's. Fight 11 S. I'm not sure I fully follow on that one, but I'll be careful about any 6.4 spoilers. I swear to God, engage. Oh, the Pandemonium ward from FF11. Oh, okay. Is an yeah. Okay, now I follow. Do I know? Pandemonium Warden. Oh, yeah, okay, no. I would, well, you know what's interesting? A version of him is already kind of used for a Void Sent. Like, not one-to-one, but that the idea of the chair, the hanging, the horns, like a lot of that is in the Maki fight, Shadows of Mach. Yeah, the one in Mach. Yeah, the chair guy. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah, so this is just when riding airship. Sid's airship. I swear to God, you're right. It does feel like FF12. I'm gonna add some asterisks because I don't. It definitely has the prelude. Because what doesn't have the prelude in Final Fantasy XIV? Okay, continuing on. I mean, this is kind of just a tension theme. God, I love Guru's theme. I'm gonna be honest, of the 3 starting trial primals, Garuda wins hands down. This is Revenant's Toll. Zombies survive Megadeth, have lines dies, classic fun times. Yeah. Like caused almost the extinction of the playable race and then made it the home of the moon to let the beastmen. Okay, I see. So like a major thing. Okay, Astral. Yeah. Was Garuda an Ascian before her primal summon version came to be? No. Garuda, well, I mean, like the thing is Garuda is just a mythology of the Ixal, which came from the Ixalian, and the Ixalian came from Azislav because they were created by the Alligans, which is why you don't see any Ixal on the first or anywhere else. Now, she could be a byproduct of like their Alligan creator or one of like an original Ixalian. Like there's things that she could be that her myth could be rooted in, but we don't know. We just know that her legend has been around for a long time. They did not need to go this hard with this theme, yeah. Yeah, Garuda is like everything, yeah. Titan's final phase music goes hard, but he doesn't live long enough for it. Yeah. Feels bad how quickly phase 2 of Shiva and Leviathan dies. People don't get to listen to the song much. Yeah, especially with Oblivion. Oblivion to me is of the 6, the number 1. 11th shard. I'm assuming you're not talking about the our 11th shard, right, Astriel? Because Vana'diel's not our 11th shard. I'm assuming like there's shards in 11 as well. I like the idea that she's a byproduct of the Ixalmits remembering their origin. Yeah, Tam, definitely me too. All good. Just Astriel, if you want to do that for yourself, you can do that. I'd be careful about doing that because that would go against a lot of things so far. Part of, not least of which is, if I'm not mistaken, like, and so like it's just that that's also here. Where did I leave that note? Yeah, 11th shard still does exist because we've got 9th, 4th, 11th, and 8th. Obviously 13th and 1st being. But the thing is that Vana'diel, for instance, this patch, minor spoilers for something we've known for years, we know for certain that the geography of all of the reflections match 1-to-1. So Vana'diel literally cannot be Eorzea. It literally cannot be Atheris. Like, there's metaphysics, like, there's multiple metaphysical reasons, there's multiple, like, explicit reasons, and current patches are only making that more and more specifically true. Need to get Return for Oblivion. Yeah, Return for Oblivion is such a fire song. Maybe they saw an image of a winged woman somewhere, maybe even some Alligan researcher with some winged-like accessory. Yeah, it could totally be infinite. So like working in reverse order, we have the Greek god summon we want to use for the previous Final Fantasies. How do we make it lore relevant? Yeah. I'm pretty anti all the games are linked, but man, there's a thing Sephiroth says at the end of 7 Remake that makes me think about it a lot. I am personally hardcore against all games are linked. You want to do spin-off things like Dissidia? Hell yes, go for it. But it really cheapens them to me to like start making them all linked, and then also kind of really narrows their scope to me. Like, it's okay to have worlds be their own thing with their own rules, their own histories, but when you all make them all interconnected, you're forcibly, I think, over-merging in a way that I think is to a discredit of many of them rather than a benefit. Like, if you want to connect 2 for very specific reasons, that's fine. But for instance, saying 7 and 10 are the same universe makes no goddamn sense, even if they say that with the Shinra thing, which doesn't make any sense at all. Okay. Oh, this is Reflections is nighttime. And this is literally just Frontiers Within. I think it's definitely a case of pulled inspiration. Like, maybe in 14, all the worlds kind of exist somewhere, but that isn't the case for FF series as a whole. I would doubt that in 14. Look, here's the thing. Do they exist in 14 at all? No, for me, because their metaphysics are all completely different. Like, again, I can't convey enough, like, the fundamental metaphysics of many of these games are completely different. Like, 15, like, the problem is that do you want to say because there's the crossover events, how much does that count? Fair question to you. Do you want to say because there's the interdimensional rift and the starry expanse of that is weird as hell and potentially indicates the possibility of all possible timelines? Absolutely fair. Like, I can't, like, do you want to say that Greg exists in the Hydaelyn Blank questline and he's just straight up, not Yojimbo, but, what's his face from 5? Again, fair. There are reasons that you can counter they can make countervailing points to me. I think there are strong reasons against those points, though. Wait, what? 7 and 10? So Shinra existing in 10 and 10 or 10-2. Supposedly, there's a joke reference made that 10 and 7 are, or it's not even a joke, but 10 and 7 are supposed to be connected, and that 10 is the far future of 7 or something like that. But it just doesn't make sense. I just want to connect 11 and 14 because of the events that happened in between them that could work, like how close the 11th would be from the Cloud of Darkness to do its thing and. See, but here's what I would imagine, Estriel. Instead of thinking that 11 is in 14, what you would see is what they've done with 3 and what they've done with 4 in the plot. So, for instance, in 3, the Crystal Tower, they took the Crystal Tower from Final Fantasy 3 and reimagined it in 14. Currently, they're taking a lot of the plot beats of 4 and reimagining them in 14. What I would expect is they would take a lot of plot beats from 11 and reimagine them in 14, rather than just taking it wholesale and making it one thing. 14 is legit as a lot of time travel to solve various issues from occurring to explain why the Cloud of Darkness wouldn't look the same in 14 because it never fused with the 11's. But that's not how time travel works in 14. All time travel in 14 is a fixed loop. And also that doesn't change it being a void sent. Like, again, like, I feel like you'd have to assume that you want a thing to be true and then find ways to make in any way work. Whereas, like, again, the geography of the worlds don't work. They don't match up. The metaphysics do not match up. The fact that there's the two systems of time travel are different. You know? Gilgamesh due to ffXIV being sent into the void is canonically interdimensional, so it goes between games. Yeah, that's the thing is, like, that's an absolutely fair take. You could also just argue instead that Gilgamesh is 14's rendition of the character and virtually the same. Yes, it is a Pavel. So, if you are... Okay, you know what? Let's roll up the sleeve. There are 3 examples of time travel in Final Fantasy XIV. I have literally written a video on this. You have Alexander, which is a fixed loop. You have the 8th Umbral Calamity timeline, which is what appears to be a branching loop, but it has someone coming from an alternate timeline to this one, but that timeline persists. That timeline can only happen if the Warrior of Light exists, starts their journey, and goes through the events that they do, which can only happen if the Warrior of Light goes back on time to Elpis. And Elpis can only happen if the 8th Umbral Calamity timeline happens. Every form of time travel, though, so far that has existed in Final Fantasy XIV has been part of a fixed loop. Nope, Shadowbringers can only exist if Elpis potentially break the loop with a bad future. Nope, that is incorrect. Because that timeline can only exist if 6.0 happens, and 6.0 can only happen if that timeline exists. It is all part of a fixed loop. You do not go, the events of the 8th Umbral Calamity timeline, and it's changing it, do not happen if the Warrior of Light is not called to by Hydaelyn. Do not end up in the position that we are in. Yeah, I have read every line in the game about time travel many times, over and over and over again, including Alexander. For instance, Alexander, most of what it's doing, other than the one time it travels through time, is not traveling to different timelines. What it does is it computates and figures out what is the likely outcomes. Yeah, I thought you were arguing that timeline goes back to the same. No. We know for 100% sure, if you alter a timeline, that prior timeline still stays, because the 8th Umbral Calamity timeline is fixed. You can see we made a short video about did a short video on the short story for that. The 8th Umbral Calamity timeline still lingers. We even have a reference to it recently. Final Fantasy loves its fixed time loops. This very game was a time loop. Yeah, totally. You set him off now. right. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry. You can't change the future because if you change the future, you already did it in the past. Yeah. And any changing of the future was already a fixed part of leading to that outcome. Okay, where were we? Intertwined. This is Mordona, but is this the overworld, Mordona? Is this the same as Frontiers Within? Because this is elsewhere. No, it's not. What is this? Yeah. Mordona and Revenant's Toll, yeah. I wish I remember more of 11 to explain my take, and I apologize profusely. No, just don't mind me being overly zealous. Yeah, you're fine, by the way. Love the discussion. Just wish I had more on my plate. And look, Astral, if you find more stuff, please share it with me. I'm also not an expert at 11. I also have the bent of not wanting it to be the case. So obviously I'm going to be disposed to be arguing that way, right? So, yeah. The Aethermal Calamity timeline is like if a river has a little branch that breaks off and flows back into it. Yeah. Yeah, it's the fact that they referenced it recently honestly makes me wonder if it's going to show back up. But yeah, an argument of Final Fantasy worlds possibly existing in 14. I think it's possible that they'll take inspiration from several series, but not the world. I also want to be very clear. I love when they take other Final Fantasy games and reinterpret them in 14. That I think is awesome. I think wholesale taking them and just connecting them is usually to the detriment of both. For a number of reasons. And like when there's like events, makes sense. When there's events, it's, well, all events are kind of really of questionable canonicity anyways, so it's best not to worry about it. But the thing is, if events are made canon, I mean, look, they found a way to connect Nier. Nier's a weird one too. So my disposition for not wanting this to be the case and my arguments for it do not necessarily preclude the possibility. Yeah. Keeper of the Lake. Oh, that's what it. Yeah, well, it's not Primogenitor, but it's Keeper of the Lake ends up being the I think you're right. I think you're right, Rowan. Good call. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right? Yep. You got it. You nailed it. That's what it was. Control F. Silver. Lake of Silver Tears. Oh, obviously that's 2.5, so that's obviously still before the thing, but that is, what did we just listen to? We just listened to Intertwined. Obviously because Midgard Summer's intertwined with the Agrius. Yeah. In 11, you kind of travel back in various times to prevent a calamity from occurring. The Crystal War's conclusion happens during our time travel to prevent it. Well, see, that's like the thing is like even the time travel then functionally should be well, I don't know. I should play more 11 before I speak out of term. I think Omega Raid said a whole lot of things were based on stories which Omega made real rather than literally existing. Yes, that is correct, Rag. You are correct. A lot of them are supposed to be from fables rather than from actual events, though there are certain people that question whether or not those fables could be actual events. So both are possible. Right. The doc got Heidi. I think because I pressed the Control F. No, why did it do that? Ah, that's because it showed comments for some reason again. Okay, cool. We are at Hubris. Or actually, the Land's Bleed. That's more Donut Combat. AR Combat Theme. Crystal Rain. Dude, this plays a couple times. Why am I not remembering where? St. Quinac's fine, that's why. Oh, and it's also a version of Intertwined. I'm surprised there's not somehow... Wow, I guess it would have been made well before Order, or as yet undeciphered, but... Since the St. Quinac could call it a Pebble, I wouldn't have called that off the hand. Intertwined and Mordona Frontier is Revenant Toll's Day. Reflections is Revenant Toll's Nights. Yeah, that's what we have, right? Isn't that what we have? Yeah, okay. Just how it looks now, which is the white and black mask. Oh, was I missed the Cloud of Darkness? Find the final product, whatever. Once we look confused with the Lord Warrior, like after we lost in one timeline, so we don't. Yeah, but the problem is like, again, like that kind of would already contradict with the Cloud of Darkness's story lore in 14. Yeah, totally go for it, Astriel. Just the thing I remember from the dungeon the most is crabs called cod piece snipper. Why do they call it that? Because they have a sense of humor in 2.0. They're after your cod piece. But it's described as being of the void. Yeah, but isn't the void, but the 13th shard and the void in 11 are pretty different, aren't they? Yeah, no worries, Astriel. I'm looking forward to the day when I get to sit around and actually play 11 hardcore and have a better sense for it. Always been fascinated with 11, Pharaoh Sirius. Yeah, this is definitely Pharaoh Sirius. Through the gloom. Does it come back up in Pharaoh Sirius hard? Because I know this music comes up later. Yeah, I'm not surprised at Babel. I've seen that before. Yeah, a lot of settings have the void. But that's also why I'm rooting it in metaphysics. I connect the 13th being... Well, but the 13th isn't the cause of the Sorth woes. The Sundering is. The 13th is a byproduct of it. Much louder than other music. It assaulted the headphones when I run it. That's interesting. I don't know that I've had that issue. Slither. Where the fuck does this play? I'm glad I got Spirits 11 is prime, but I'm sad that I was too young and all I cared about was stabby, trick, attack, run away. Yeah. I mean, I definitely feel that, Rowan. That's how it was like, wow. Look forward to the day where they make a single player remaster 11. Here's the hoping. Castrum. Castrum infiltrations? That's what you guys are saying? Certain bad areas. I'm just gonna put certain CS asterisk Castrum infiltration for now. Well, y'all know what this one is. Fire functions the same as 3. Yes! Yeah, so the root function is different, but like, I don't know if you played 3 recently, Astro, but like the fundamental lore behind the Cloud of Darkness, what it is, what it's the source of, what it's propagating is very different between 3 and 14. Oh, it's the Castrum part in Mordona. Okay. Oh, so the Castrum infiltration. Okay. Like when you find out about Lahabre and all that. A Tomberry's Tears. This isn't the dungeon theme. Plays in the Wanderer's Palace. Okay. Is this just the regular Wanderer's Palace theme? Also, why does it sound so much like something else? There's something in there. They actually explain the mechanics of the fight in the song Holy Palm. Yeah, Infinite. Although, I don't know, does it still explain it? Because they changed them since the rework. Has that changed? I love a Black Mage can't do the Moogle dance and Moogle raid and tries winging it when they summon their king. Wait, is Good King Magamog the first song with lyrics since Answers? No, because you've got Gruda, you've got Titan. Yeah, there's a couple. Okay, so I think I'm just thinking of Wanderer's Palace Hard is probably what I'm thinking about. It sounds a little bit like Torn from the Heavens, but it's not. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, trick some. Have some fun, and with Raven, Wizard 101, and Salaridi, I say hi, Raven. Yeah, even Dynam's weird in 11 because when it comes to from Diablos and Sons of the game are being the stars themselves, more or less. Think of something in 11 as ass and 14. Yeah. Like again, Astral, I'm all for them taking ideas from 11 and reinterpreting. I mean, hell, a lot of the creatures are the same. I may be crazy. It may just be the Wanderer Palace hard themed with Trixum that I'm thinking of, but I swear I could have sworn that theme. Wanderer's Palace hard Trixum. Or not Trixum, oh my god. Tonberry's Tears. Okay, we're at least gonna get to Before the Fall before we pause for tonight. Oh my god, I got sidetracked so much. I blame all of you guys. It's not my fault. I mean, this is literally just... Oh my god, why can't I think of its name? This is literally just the... mid-level dungeon battle theme, okay, yeah. Is this any different than the main AR battle theme? Lady. For some reason that dungeon theme sounded like it might have been similar to Battlestar's Wall unless they just took it with theme. Yeah, maybe. The song that ruins the dungeon's identity? Oh, ruins the dungeon's identity because this is the universal. There's something special about crafting orchestration rules while listening to stream. Is this the same? Is this just the same as the, like, normal battle theme? No. Just very similar. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna add some asterisks though, because I have this feeling that pops back up in a couple other places somewhere. Cracks in the wall. It's a dungeon, but I don't know which dungeon it is. Normal battle theme has similarities to battle theme in Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, a little bit. I can hear that. God, I love Yokoshima Mura. Dude, Destati is like... Oh, God, I wish I could start playing Destati for you guys. Oh, Destati. Misako, have you ever heard Destati? I have a song to show you. And before Keep. Oh, duh. Good call. And so far, there is not anything that's used later. This is basically just skullduggery, and this is basically, I don't even know what to call this, the game's afoot. I'm gonna go with the jig is up theme. Big fan of KH music. Yeah, Yokoshima Mura is fire. Elio isn't a fell air felleth just Maker's Ruin. Here we can pull that up and check it out. Cause it sounds very similar, right? I totally hear what you're saying, but I feel like it's actually not. But maybe I'm gonna be wrong. Let's find out. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's the same. Yeah, it's the same. I don't know why. Like I'm hearing it as different. It's definitely the same. I guess technically, you don't put the Maker's Rune with that. Control F, Maker. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. Sounds right. Also, the Maker's Rune is a bop. Rage Awakened is probably my favorite song from all of Kingdom Hearts. I don't even know which one that is. What's my favorite theme from all of Kingdom Hearts? I got a lot of themes I love from Kingdom Hearts. I've got too many I like. Dude, I don't love 358 over. I don't love Days that much, but like Vector from the Stars or Vector from the Heavens is oh, that's a fire song. Death Stadia. I mean, Death Stadia also may just be my favorite piece of music that came out of that game because it's fire. Death Stadia, Death Stadia. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Anyways, moving on. Already scrolled that. Breaking boundaries. This is used in Job Quest. Is it used anywhere else? Also the bum 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 bum. This is what's this the Lost song? It's not Forever Lost. Bum 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 bum. That's not it. What was it that was this? Shion was just a stepping stone's character changed my mind. I don't even know what that means, but I don't even know what stepping stone character even means definitionally. Effect from the Heavens is amazing too, yeah. Maker's Rune, a remix of generic middle levels dungeon battle theme, which is not an outcome I expected from this stream. I played the final 6.0 trial too much. Whenever I hear the Maker's Rune, my brain wants to go, our Song of Hope, she dances on the wind. Yeah, yeah, Rage Awakens is Terrace theme. Oh, yeah, that's a great theme. That's a great theme. Yeah, the Lingering Will. Shion was just a stepping stone. Desadi really made them feel even more powerful than it was. Yeah, just Job Quest, just Job Quest, let's fight theme. Isn't the Maker Rune Ultimate Weapons theme? Well, it's used during that fight. I would not call it Ultimate Weapons theme, if that makes sense. Bring back maybe either fighting somebody you never wanted to fight or waiting to fight all this time. There's a version of this that's slower. Right? Daydream, Prince, good to see you, glad to have you. Yeah, Riley got the Warrior of Light. I would say the Warrior of Light's theme, the Warrior of Light has two themes, and they are the Maker's Ruin and Torn from the Heavens. And they are used to different effects. But yeah, emphatically Maker's Ruin, I would not call Ultima's theme, though it is used during that fight. It is because that fight is a climax of your story. Also because More Than Truth. Yes, definitely. I was the wrong word for that, my bad. Yeah, no worries. I just wasn't sure what you meant. I was trying to make a bad Xion joke. She's actually a favorite of mine. Oh, good. Yeah. Used to be. I mean, look, the friendship there is one thing I do like about Days. It used to be the Ultima's theme, but then we beat up Ultima and rifled the song out of its pockets, and now it's ours. Yes, Relics. I used that cutscene. Wait, are you saying that I'm right that it's used for a different thing too? Is Relics the song? Or just which song's the paddle? There are. It's the next one on the. Oh, okay. It's literally the next one on the list. The Dark's Embrace. I don't think that's it. No. Oh, Relics is the song. Okay. Relics. ffXIV. Song. But it didn't come in until Heaven's Word. That's why I didn't. That's why I couldn't remember why I wasn't hearing it here. Relics is in. It's 93 from. Oh no, it's in here. Okay, it's just in 1.0. It didn't get reused, or maybe it did get reused until Heaven's Word. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's just because people are so commonly associated with that scene. Something fortunate. Horse font. Yeah, so it's Relics 1.0. Okay, cool. So it literally is. Relics. Sweet. We got it. Where's Relics? It should be right next to its more epic brother. Yeah, good catch. Good catch, guys. Okay, then we got Dark Embrace. This is just a hard mode dungeon thing. But wait, we already did this, right? We already figured out that was Halatali. Wasn't that what happened? Ah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got the Dark's Kiss, Dark Embrace. Cool. Then we got Hubris. Oh, this is from Crystal Tower. I know this. Is this? I mean, this is Labyrinth of the Ancients, right? And then I know this is a version of this in from FF3. Yeah, I remember playing this with an Anir. Yeah, I know that. I just don't know what the name of the song is. Alter K from FF3. Yeah, okay. Yep, that makes sense. This is the FF3 version. And what was the Pixel Remaster? Never Upward is just the battle version. Right. It's people you love getting Labyrinth in your roulettes, right? Honestly, I don't mind them anymore. I really don't. Because the thing is that, like, I'd rather get that than half the time than anything from Mach or Ivalice, because of the amount of, like, headaches that come with playing that with people. And then I really like Nier, but everyone seems to hate it. I mean, Agilea I'd love. Although Agilea I think is a little bit too easy. Okay, and then, yeah, and then if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are right, Ever Upwards is the battle theme. I know because I've used that for a lot of things. I will tell you what, listening to the music closely and playing FF3 did make me enjoy the music of Crystal Tower a hell of a lot more. Okay, tumbling down. This is when you fight Phlegathon at the end. Oh, and it's also from Zande, apparently. Okay, interesting. Oh, wait, that's the battle theme. Or one of the battle themes. I swear to God, CT should be moved into MSQ roulette. Honestly, I think that would be a good idea. I think that's a good idea. Or given their own roulette. I think its own roulette's a bad idea because it's not a roulette at that point. It's just still one thing. I realize there's 3 options within that roulette, but still. I mean, to be fair, MSQ doesn't have that many in it either, but I think MSQ would be a better choice. The problem is that people need Crystal Tower in order to continue. And the thing is that it takes 24 people to do it. And if you take that out of Alliance Roulette and people aren't doing MSQ Roulette, you're gonna have people who literally cannot move on to 5.0 because they literally cannot get a group together to just do Crystal Tower. There are people who started with that already. So here's also my opinion. If you are doing roulette, you're doing roulette. The responsibility of roulette is you're doing it so that you can help other people complete things if they need it. So that's why you get a bonus reward, right? Whereas you could just do any roulette you want and sign up for any roulette in specific and do it only. So, like, to me, it's like, let go of the fact that it's whatever it is, because you're there to help people complete. Labyrinth of Ancients, that's because Emma keep getting lost there. Yeah. It seems that King Behemoth's soul from haunts us to the day. Careful with 6.4 stuff, Infinite, please. Still do better. I'd rather get Crystal Tower than Ritterana. Yeah. A lot of people hate the math. Your raids aren't neat, they just need tweaking. The fight lasts a bit too long. Yeah, it's a Pavel. They used to be, that used to not be a problem. After the stat squish, it got a lot worse. It used to be they were, like, tuned really well, and then for some reason, after the stat squish, they got real, like, they take way longer than they should. Battle 2 from FF3? Okay. Actually, I should probably say FF3 Battle 2. I really wish they had done better with the Nier raid. It feels tacked on weirdly, if that makes sense. I feel like the problem is it's tacked on because it's Nier. I guess this isn't, Nier is a great example of my point of if you put 11 or 7 or anything tacked on to 14 rather than reinterpret it in its own thing, it feels tacked on because the Nier raid only works to its completeness, really, if you know all the Nier stuff and all the stuff it's harkening to. Like, half of the fights and a bunch of the fights are not just references, but are intimately tied into Drakengard, Nier, and Nier Automata. Sadly, Crystal Tower rates up from being level 50 when the roulette becomes available, so naturally everyone who uses the roulette has an unlocked, so most chance to get it. Yeah, that end is required. Okay, moving on. Defenders of the Realm. Oh, wow, yeah, that place just... I'm just gonna put various MSQs, yes. Heroic music. Machinations. This is from PvP, right? Yeah, from the Wolf's Den. Yep, Northern Tantalin Wolf's Den. They'd have to remove Restorative to be 4 man, which would kind of really defeat the point of Crystal Tower, and also be weird on a number of levels. 4 Phlegathon, the amount of people who stole his name is immense. Yeah, it's about, they had to readjust stuff when they got rid of belts. I remember I did Nier before Endwalker and then the day of Endwalker with the belt removed, and the difference is battle length, yeah. I wouldn't mind so much if the other alliance raids were required to be played too. See, but then you're now making it, but that causes a much bigger problem. If you're requiring all of them to be played, you're ending up in a, like, the reason that you're getting Crystal Tower is not because everyone doesn't have all the others unlocked. The reason you're getting Crystal Tower mainly is because you only need one person who needs it to bring 23 other people in. And so that's just ever gonna drift naturally that way. If you mandate all the others, you spread it evenly, but now you don't solve the problem of a bunch of, but one, you've just increased the amount of content people have to do to even play the MSQ, and some of it is not necessary. Like, Nier is not necessary in any way for the MSQ. Ivalice really isn't in any way necessary. Mach really isn't in any necessary way. Agalea might be necessary in the future, and it's, I think, important, but, you know. So, I step back from as a player for a second and think about it from a holistic health of the community in the game, right? Crystal Tower needed to be mandated for 5.3 to make any sense. And the reason the roulettes exist is primarily for a reward for other players to help other players complete content that they are doing for first time. And there's a much bigger need for more people to do Crystal Tower than the others. I love you so much, but it feels like they didn't try to have it make sense for FF4. Yeah, I mean, but that's what happens, right? Inexorably, if you just include a property that's not a part of the other property, you're not gonna start from the beginning and explaining all of the other thing. You're gonna, like, just shorthand it and assume that people get it. You know, that's kind of what happens. Late game MSQ cutscenes, heroic moments, late AR, getting ready for heroics. Yeah, Coil is tragic in that sense. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, the problem with Coils is not even mandating it, it's just give it a normal mode. If you give it a normal mode, you solve the problem. Really, effectively. If you have Horse, then there is one that tells you where each song is from in its file directory. I have no idea what you mean by that, Daedric. I like to imagine what nightmare would be if they'd actually integrate Nier into the world of 14 and suddenly we had to worry about Seeds of Destruction appearing in Eorzean. That, I don't want to think about that. That would be a hell of a time. Discordance. You can say a couple places. That's, I mean, Northern Thanalin, but does it, like, ever show up in the MSQ? I had no idea what that is. Plugons. Oh, it's just a download plugin. Yeah. No. Okay. Anyways. Thank you for undervaluing the whole exercise. Okay, the point was to try and, like, go through and discover it, saying, like, yes, you can just go in the file and rip it. Kind of, you know, makes it feel like, what's the point? That kind of sucks. Or there's a bunch of androids and machine life forms. Yeah, basically, let's not and hope they don't. There's a problem where people queue for roulettes with low-level gear in order to get Crystal Tower. But that's not a problem. Because they are faster. But that's not really a problem. Because the thing is that doesn't change the fact that a lot of the time the reason you're getting that is because, like, at least one person needs to do them for MSQ, and that is more often the fact. The other thing is that but again, that's not a problem. If you go into roulette, you are choosing to rescind your ability to control what thing you're getting. And if you want to specifically do something else, go specifically do that, right? Like, if you want to do Ivalice, just go do Ivalice, right? Because the reason you get rewarded for roulette is to help other people complete the thing that they're trying to do. The Watchers have weird Void Sent energy. I don't know if it's Void Sent. Honestly, it's, like, the Void Sent is still very not Eldritch in that it's pretty comprehensible what's going on with it, as much as, like, they're monstrosities, whereas the Watchers are, like, really unknowable and enigmatic and confusing and weird. Like, honestly, there's in some ways more in common between the Watchers and the yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. Imagine going to the raid roulette when low gear to try and find 60-day people need to do rather than new tier. I know most people are queuing for it as a feel like. Yeah. I guess I would just say, like, if you're doing roulette, realize the point is it's not so you can do the things you want and get extra bonus rewards. It's you're going in to help whatever you get, and then you get extra bonus rewards for your time, right? Yeah, thank you, Lynn. You'd be literally doing year runs every morning, lunch break, and night for 5 months straight when they came out, yeah. The Emperor's won't. We didn't find, I have no idea what discordance is in specific, other than from Northern Denland, but I'm just with that. The Emperors won't. This is from Castrum. Well, I guess I should probably say which Castrum. Actually, is it from all the Castrums? Plays Imperial Castrum. Like Overworld Castrums. Okay. Do you really need to tell which dungeon this track is from? Honestly, I haven't done Castrum in a long time. Other than like that one time I did it on Elio recently, and it's just like the rework because I don't get Castrum at all. Beyond the Unknown. I have no idea what the frick that is. Does anyone know what the hell this is? Yeah, no, Daedra, you're fine. It's currently very hot in here, and I'm also like just running out of steam, so I probably was a little bit more aggro than I needed to be. I appreciate you trying to help, seriously. I have the problem. I don't know. Does anybody else have this problem? When sometimes it's very hard for me to like intrinsically find the joy in something if I'm like shown like an expedient way to do it. Like sometimes it's fine, but other times if you're like well, we're doing this, it's like, oh, actually here, if someone was like, oh, someone else has actually done all of this already and has all the timestamps, it's hard for me to want to keep doing this when it's like, well, the work's already done, you know? I find that difficult sometimes, but you know, it's kind of a bad habit. It's better to like be able to enjoy the intrinsic process of the doing thing. Yeah, I have no idea what that's for. Yeah, it's probably for a very short, yeah. Like playing a puzzle game with a walkthrough. Yeah, so actually, Lynn, that's a great example. So like, for instance, when all the Souls games come out, I make sure that I play them the week of and finish them by the week of, because I can't help but feel like if there's a guide to look at, that it's not that I think I'm wasting my time, but a part of me feels I'm wasting that time, and it decreases my enjoyment. Whereas if the tools aren't there and there's nothing but my own tool set, I don't have to, there's no part of me is worried about it because there's nothing I can do but do the thing. I recommend that if you feel that way also, it's not a great habit. Journey before destination. Absolutely. And that's philosophically, I agree. And I wish all of my interiority like would feel that way. It's like with me for meta. I just want to experiment with whatever the game gives me without a player going, I'm actually the weapon you enjoy isn't meta, and then dread the grind for the meta. Yeah, I think there's different ways. I think I'm torn on that. See, Astriel, my thing is, in MMOs specifically, here, let's go play the next one, The Only Path. My thing is, in an MMO, I don't like being a loud choice if it's false choice to a point where there's something else that is far better. So don't like let something be, don't let me say I have creative choosing and ability to like make choices if in actuality the difference is far too huge. Now in like 14, the difference between the different jobs is so relatively minor that the only reason to pick something because it's slightly better 99.999% of the time is because you want to do a faster clear or in some way, not because you like the amount, like the level of balancing in 14 is like insane. But my problem is that the problem is that when a game is set up to be difficult or to not value your time or to punish you for failure, and then provides choice, but the choices aren't balanced, you're creating a situation in which all parties are going to be upset, because people who want to experiment are going to frustrate people who would like to clear, and that is where their joy is coming from. And people whose their joy coming from completing the content are going to be annoyed at people who want to experiment. And it's just like, yeah, Twitch is I and WoW, but yeah, White Mage main for life, yeah. Why are you playing White Mage when Sage is meta or something? I mean, there are times when there is a point there. So like, if you are saying like, why are you bringing Paladin when we really want to get a week 1 clear? And we know all the mechanics? Like, it'd be better to potentially bring a Dark Knight and Gunbreaker prior tier, right? Or something like that. There's times when it can make sense, but still. I mean, like, but to be fair, there is a thing in 14 where if, like, you are keeping your gear score, like, 30 eye level under, at the bare minimum, you're not experimenting, right? Like, you're just underserving yourself and others, so. I love White Mage because it's viewed as a stereotype killer class of FF in general. Totally is. I like being a staple of where healing classes stem from. Yeah, and the thing is that there's no problem bringing that. You know? We're 5 streams in and no way back, only joy of discovery ahead, so we forge ahead. Exactly. FF14 does definitely feel more relaxing for me after playing WoW before, when I had to use add-ons like DPS meters and boss mods and I cared about numbers. I like ignoring all that now. Yeah, I'll say, I'm a player who likes taking things very hardcore and serious. That's kind of true. When I get to it, I'm very much like, hey, teammates, what do you need to succeed? Do you understand this? Do you have any questions? Can I help you? Like, I'm very much like that, but I'm also intense, like let's learn, let's complete, let's because to me, a lot of the fun is from learning and completing. And the thing for me is that if you're stuck on the same mechanic on repeat because certain people can't learn it, that's not, like, for me, it's frustrating because I'm not, the process of just getting to the same thing over and over again and failing is unenjoyable. But, like, that's usually never going to happen because of jobs in 14 or, like, picking skills or something that's not, like, a thing. It's going to happen because people are struggling to learn it, right? More than anything. Should be special category that gives you free cookies from time to time. That gear stuff does suck, yeah. Journey before destination. Like that with me for meta, yeah. Okay, we call for that. So, the only path, I mean, this is just kind of like hopeful moments. I mean, like, this is just like optimistic moments. I mean, honestly, is what I would. Optimistic. Yes, moments. I'm just gonna put that. Hey, we made it to Penitus. Penitus. Penene. And this is just Praetorium, obviously. So obviously this is just a riff on the land long dead. Hey, Ellie, did you know this song to do the track for the bird? Wait, there's a Maker's Ruin motif? Where's it, Babel? In the beginning? I've been stuck on some mechanics like an Astral Starfell and Z Extreme for a long time, so I can handle the 3D thinking. That's not numbers you need. Yeah, I would say, here's my opinion for throwing it out there. I don't have a problem with people struggling. I have a problem with people struggling and not taking steps to improve. And what I mean by that is, if you're struggling and you're just doing the same thing over and over again and it's not changing what you're learning or figuring it out, stop, take a breath, ask someone around you for help. Like, hey, do I need to think about this different? What do I need to change up? What do I need? Like, for stars, there are certain things you can know that will make it so the there's only like 2 patterns you really need to worry about most of the time. There's stuff like that. Second part, okay. Do you have the timestamp for that, Pavel? Few people enjoy Amber as a character, but the community hates her purely for her skills and ability. I mean, but how can you not love that bunny? You gotta love that bunny, Astro. But that's also the thing, it's like, as long as you can complete it, and because of how single-player focused Genshin is, Astral, it doesn't matter, right? The problem in an MMO, when you are having to work as a team, going at your own pace can be... People's paces are different. It still feels weird that in WoW World's First runs allows plugins that solve mechs for you, and here Yoshida would you... Yeah, I find it interesting. I try not to cast judgments, I'm not playing it, so like, you know, but I find that weird too. But 105 is from the cuts. Oh, where she does the okay, where she does the thing where she falls. Oh, that'd be weird to place there, but I'll add that. Bum 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 bum. Okay, yeah, I hear it. Bum 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 bum. Also, POTD would be weird here because it would have shown up. No, that's fine. We'll add the asterisk. I think it would be Tamtara hard rather than Beyond. Rather than POTD. I'm just gonna add the asterisk for now. Okay, so Pavel, you said I think you knew what a bunch of the Bite of the Black Wolf stuff was, right? Yeah, the bunny is so cute. Oh, wait, yeah, there was also Torn from the Heavens part of it. Dude, I forget how long this song is. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so am I not the only one who Making sure Torn from the Heavens use the same melody in their songs? Bum, 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 bum. Well, here, let's play it. Here. That part from Torn from the Heavens definitely is similar. Bum, 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 bum. So that's definitely Torn from the Heavens. Bum, 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 bum. So that's definitely in there as Torn from the Heavens. Although, interestingly, this is probably before Torn from the Heavens is actually in there. But Penitus, Maker's Ruin / Torn from the Heavens. I'm pretty sure. Now, once more with clarity. Gaius' theme is Nail's theme, but with no lyrics and a bit different vibe. Thank you, Infinite. So it should be, what, the White Raven? Because it's Bite of the Black Wolf and White Raven are flipped. I remember, yeah, we talked about this earlier this stream. You pointed this out, and then also we talked about this in the prior stream. Nailed it. Sarah, good to see you, glad to have you. No, Nail was part of the 7th Legion. Gaius is the leader of the 14th. Yep. And then Valens took out over this 7th sometime after Nail. Torn from the Heavens is just a Mega's theme due to orchestration scroll name. Yeah, no. Torn from the Heavens is all. Torn from the Heavens and Maker Ruins are both themes used for the Warrior of Light. That's why Torn from the Heavens is used in almost every trailer, CG trailer for 14. Okay, so that's what is the White Raven? What is the White Ravens? Blah blah blah. Rise of the White Raven. That's what it is. Wait, White Raven. All the same letters are in Torn from the Heavens. That's funny. Yeah, Rise of the White Raven. Black. Rise of the... Oh, actually, sorry. Gaius theme of the White Raven. Do we know all the Legion commanders? No. We know 1, 2, 3. We don't know 10s technically, but we know of 10. We knew 12. We knew 14. We're still missing 13. I think there's a reference to 11th Legion. 4th we know because Noah. We don't know 5, 6. No, we do know 6 because it's Van Hydrus. We don't know 5. We don't know 8, 9. 5, 8, 9. And 11, I think, are the only legions that I can think of that aren't specifically referenced. And 13 are the ones that's not specifically referenced at any point. There may be one that someone's going to pull out, but I don't think we know who leads the 10th either. We just know that the 10th was in Corvos. Did Garlemald send anyone to scout out Mericidia? It's possible. We don't know. We don't know if they have a legion in the new world. We don't. It's possible. Kind of disappointed they stopped the color animal theme with Imperial big shots. I wanted to hear the puts from the weapons quest line because it'd be called Purple Peacock or something. Yeah, Valens, that'd be funny. Also, guys, at 1.0 is wild dude had no problem using a dead body as a human shield to blast Lalafell from. I mean, to be fair, I don't think he would have a problem still doing that. So let's go back real quick, just real quick. I want to revisit. Penitus. Bum, 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 bum. This is Torn from the Heavens. Bum, 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 bum. I think there might be more in here because I know some of these other guys. I'm actually gonna. That'll be a fun one to go through the timestamps on that. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, yeah, there's definitely Maker's Ruin in there. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, cool. Wool theme. I'm gonna call this Wool theme A, and I'm gonna call Torn from the Heavens Wool theme B. You've been waiting for it. I know you've been waiting for it. Because remember, this is like Look to the Light. This is the rising action moment. This is like in the fight of Ultima, but this is the Warrior of Light's like moment of ascending rise and like fighting spirit, and Hydaelyn coming to our aid. You know, it's interesting, Rad, because for me, I don't think like at this point Praetorium's been more than that, but that's because I don't run it on. I have not run the MSQ scenario on a daily basis since 5.3. And then this is Ultima. Ultima's theme. And then we noticed that was the same as One Blood. There in the list, where in the list is Torn from the Heavens? Great question. It's at the top. A Realm Reborn. It's one of the it's the second song in Warrior of Light theme. I'm gonna say B. How do you farm your tomes? Me, Levi? I just do expert roulette. Literally, if I do expert roulette each day, that's usually enough. And sometimes I don't even have to do that. I'll do PvP. I'll do PvP and expert roulette to, like, if I'm gonna do dailies, to get maybe a normal raid if there's a current raid up, or an alliance raid if I need a coin. Because that's more than sufficient. And if I want tomes for like current weapons or something, I will just farm like current dungeons or something. Metro Roulette and Suffer Ramu Extreme. Oh, I've taught Ramu Extreme a couple times. Honestly, actually, getting level 50 EXs is not the worst thing that happens in Metro Roulette for me. These days, the worst thing that ever happens is finding coils. If I ever get coils in Extreme Metro Roulette, it's a nightmare. But most of the time, honestly, most of the time it's just dungeon runs. Much later, I'm talking about, of course, Ascian Prime fight in Heavensward. Yeah, totally infinite. Theme simply because it sounds like his victory theme. They won and you forced to witness the war. Alright. Interesting. Apparently, Maker's Ruin also makes an appearance in this song according to the wiki. The wiki my ears open. We may not be able to listen to the whole thing. Because I'm going to have to... Honestly, I've been going already longer than I meant to, but I'm trying to finish all this out. Oh, I hear it. There it is. Yeah, I think that was definitely it. Okay, serving the light. When does this play? I mean, this is during... I'm assuming this is just during the ultimate weapon fight. Oh, this is the lead up into it. Hydaelyn. Oh. Where the fuck does this play? Is this like when we like kill a Habrea with the light of friendship or something? I will say that is the most anime, well, not the most anime, but this is one of those anime moments. That is one of the most like shonen anime moments in this game. Credits? No, it's not credits. It's definitely not credits. Escaping the Praetorium. The ending quest of the cutscene and stuff, I believe. Okay, I will let Zapavel figure that out because I know, and then flight is the escape, I think. Okay, power of friendship. I'm just gonna type that in. Because you straight do that shit. It is not good. Yeah, escape. Oh, this is used in a couple places. This is... Wait, what is this thing? It's like... Bum, 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 bum. Oh, it's the main theme. It's the main Final Fantasy theme. It's just the main Final Fantasy theme. Is Maker's Rune. Okay, well, I'm gonna just believe something. I'm just gonna put nothing here for now, and we'll retroactively figure it out later. Okay. Killaha brave with the power of friendship. Yep, this is definitely what happened there. Am I wrong? Thus my conquest ends, Sid, in fire and ruin. Seventh Son. I swear to God, this is from like FF4 or something, or FF7 or something, or a version of this. So this is a credits theme. This is a weird credits theme to me. Like it's too melancholy. Yeah. Wait. That was the main, there's a bit of the main theme in there. Yeah, main FF theme is in there. I think A11th Sun kicks up a bit into it, yeah. Yeah, so that's just the main FF theme, which makes sense. Oh, I love Dawn of a New Era. Dawn of a New Era is a great credits theme. I think... Is he a crow... Is he used as a post-credits theme? It's using 5.3 as well. It's using, I know it's using credits. There's a final cutscene MSQ and it includes the best uplifting little ditty used for cutscene and post Shadow Ring Rod. Yeah. And you, a Reborn medley. Oh god, that's just gonna be a bunch of different... Okay, well, first off, Maker's Room. Okay. This is gonna take forever to do that one. I could do with a little rampage myself part. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Okay, this is a medley. I'm just gonna let one of y'all figure that out. I'll throw this back in general again, but like Corpse Hall. Let me look up what this is. Okay, it plays during a very specific phase, the Steel Rain Fate. That's weird. Oh, the Steel Rain, the setup for Odin, of course. I just didn't remember the name of that. And you can help Thelio in pointing out his themes. Yes, please do. Oh, I love this one. This is using coils. This is like the first coils. Right? Plays in coil, yeah. I mean, it doesn't literally have, like, has this intro part that I love, and then it has like the techno part that's Allegan-esque, but it's not Orders Undeciphered. I don't hear answers in this. They're all answers? Every single one is answers? I don't hear answers. Oh, wait, I forget it. It becomes it in the later part, yep. And then it becomes the rock part. Bum, 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 bum. Who do you like in Genshin? I love Child, Tartaglia, Zhongli. My first 5-star was Mona. Where's some other people I love? Bennett, Razor. Yeah. Reload's telling me. Then Spiral. More tech, which set the tone for what Allegan's sound would be. Alag's sound would be. Or at least late Allegan sound. Honestly, this has part of Primal Timbers in it. Oh, interesting, Rag. Yeah, see, I guess, like, I made a video before Endwalker came out explaining what Answers was about, so I was one of, I guess, the people who didn't. But I think I was an odd man out. I think even Ray has said this in the past, that Ray found it, like, didn't think about it that much. That, like, yeah, Answers to me was always about Hydaelyn and her relationship to people, about Eorzean. So by the time Endwalker came out, like, it was like, yep, I feel proven right. Have a good night, Ray. Want to see any more Scantily Clad Archivists? Well, sign up to our Patreon, and you never know what you might get. www.patreon.com/archives to get your name above my head and your name at the end of credits and videos. If you want to join our community, why not join us at discord.gg/Eorzean Archives. We are going to be wrapping up in a second here anyway, so this is perfect timing. Thank you for all the links. Yeah, if you enjoyed the stream and are a member of our Discord, yeah, discord.gg. Thank you, Ray Ray. And then the merchandise for the stickers at Rebel. Yes, can I all get a round of applause for the lovely, lovely Ray Ray, and also our other mods and hard workers in V, Isa, and Niniri. Do not forget to do all the YouTube things. You know, the ones. Okay. And then Calamity Unbound. Wait, this is... This is just the regular boss theme, but with extra... Does it play for Minion? Who we know? Good seeing what have you. Treasure map surprise ads. Thank you, we know. Oh wait, treasure maps. That's what I'm thinking about. I swear, does it? Yeah. Gotta try to love Devour from the first coiled boss and not understand you need to leave them both alive. Yeah. They're not exactly apparent. Yeah. I mean, honestly, Twintania's makes sense not to have. Twintania's makes sense to be different, and Nails makes sense to be different. Because it's really... Dalamud, Phoenix, and Bahamut are the reasons to add answers, rather than specifically Twintania. Yeah, even as a trapped dragon, it makes sense, but still. Okay, cool. Well, we made it to the end of 2.0, but we still have 2.x to finish off, so we got to do that. Okay, we're gonna do that tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Oh my god, next week. I thought we'd be in Edwalker next week, but this gives us more time to be able to touch on 6.4 because we'll have been enough time in between patch coming out and people will have a chance to play it. Beyond that, though, I forgot to announce this, but tomorrow we have a, I'm going to be streaming over with, oh my god, I forgot, I'm terrible with names. Alpaca Lips. I'll be over on his stream. There will be a link. I will be with Syndicate Scribe and I believe Chronicler of Lore talking about 6.x and 6.4 and onwards. So that will be, if you want to join for us tomorrow, that'd be good. Monday and Tuesday will be on for the normal stream. There's a good chance there won't be a video this Wednesday. I have just not been doing well. And I am still moving in. So I just haven't had any time to do much work. But hopefully that will only last so long. Ray will have a Final Fantasy XIV archived out though, and they are doing great work on that, so that's exciting. The chromatic ascending baseline, also good, don't mind me over here. You'll have to help me better understand, Misugo. Twintania is just a dragon, right? Yes, she's a Mericidian dragon, but with a neural link around her neck controlling her. But she's a powerful member of one of Bahamut and Tiamat's brood. I don't know technically what she would belong. Probably Bahamut's brood is technically what she would be a part of. If we do go to Mary City outside of Bahamut and Tiamat, is there any key dragons from the coils like Twintania who you would be major figures? Well, so they're Mericidian dragons because they're members of Tiamat's and or Bahamut's brood. But you wouldn't expect to see those, and it's not clear how many dragons would be left. The fact of the matter is that if there could be tons left, there could be none left. We don't know. We don't know how Alag left it after they, managed to capture most of them with neural links and freeze them in Dalamud. So those that are left may have been bereft of their parents or guidance for a long time and kind of gone feral or wild or weird or any number of things. We just don't know. So in terms of people we would see, you just don't know. But with current story narrative points being about dragons to some extent with the release of Tiamat and 5.x with, Asdaya and Future stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if Mirror City was 7.0. Plus, you could watch some of our videos on theorizing why it'd be 7.0. Please take care of yourself. I will, Levi. And that is why I'm trying to say that I may be taking video off for Wednesdays and stuff. I will say if you are a Patreon and that frustrates you that I am taking that off because part of the deal is that your name's in the credits, let me know and I can either try to find a way to still get you a reward that is suitable or otherwise. But I am trying to take the space to be mentally, to get in a place where my mental health is good. And not even just mental health, but physical health. And I've got doctors set up. I've got actual plans to work towards that, but it has been a stressful year. But yeah, no, I'm going to take care of myself and I plan to keep working towards getting to a place where I will be in good enough space that I can just work as much as I like and do not feel stressed out about it. And I really appreciate your guys' support more than you really could know. If they weren't dead. Yeah, there may be some that still live. That was heaps of fun. Good, Zapavel. I'm glad it was fun. Friendly reminder, I'm gonna throw the link up for this over in the Discord if you want to correct my spelling, like Laffy does all the time. Or you want to just, or if you would just want to help out by putting in timestamps or things that I missed, feel free to lend a hand. I will figure out how to get this. There we go, share. Come on. Well, I'll get that after stream real quick. Anyone with a link can comment. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I'm going to throw that general real fast. And yeah, please take care of yourself. Will do. Great stream as always, Elliot. Thank you, lady. Rag, sleep well. Thank you. Hope you do too. Thank you for streaming, always. Zapavel, if we go to Mirror City, I hope we get some insight as to how Bahamut Tiamat's rule was in the Ages Past. We have some insight. It was pretty benevolent, and it really was less of a rule and more of a mediator. I'd look to it something akin to Reacher's relationship with Razat Han. But yeah, I love more content with Tiamat. I think you're going to get some for sure. Have a good night, Elio. You too, Astriel, and I hope the races that worship the Warrior Triad are still around. They should be. Just post shirtless videos saying that you were doing fine. Anyway, I also need to go and enjoy a lovely walk with some friends. I hope that's excellent for you. I hope you all do excellent tonight. You too, Zapavel. Take care of yourself, Elliot. It's important and we care. I appreciate it deeply. The self-awareness is very impressive. Thank you for it. Thanks, Umino. I appreciate all you guys. And for those of you who I semi-regularly get to play with, if you haven't been seeing me around as much, that is purely why I've just been tapped out. But I know that I enjoy spending time with you guys. Thank you, Elliot. Totally miss you go. Have a lovely night, everyone. I will see you soon. We'll finish Reborn 2.x during next week's. Have a lovely week.